Yo, can you hear me? Hello, hello,
Hello,
hello.
what's up,
What's up, bro? How are you?
John?
Good, good. Okay, let's get started. I'm sure you've seen my streams and my VODs, so I don't have to ask you, but you know how it kind of goes. So, just share your screen. Start queuing up for a game. Hopefully you're warmed up.
Yeah, finishing up a TDM right now.
Okay, okay, no problem, no problem. Take your time. Take your time.
Yeah,
So just for the stream, I don't think we've talked too much actually, but just tell me more about yourself. What's your current rank? Peak rank?
current Plat 2
Two, good.
at peak right now. Plat 2, same.
Okay, okay, cool. And then also, what is your main role?
Duelist.
Duelist. Okay, cool. So we'll just talk a little bit before we start. When you're out of your TDM?
Yeah, I just finished.
Yeah, yeah, good, good. Yeah, so you can just share your screen. Let me just log into so I'm ready to make a custom as well. All right. Yeah, so I usually start off with this question because there's gonna be another question near the end. But uh, what is it you want from Valorant? What are your
I
goals?
think Immortal's a good goal. 'Cause I
Immo
feel like,
Immortal?
yeah, I feel like Radiant, like, yeah, obviously you have to be good, but I feel like being Radiant is like more about like putting like hours to like maintain it.
Right, of course. Yep.
I feel like more than like reasonable.
Yep, yep. For sure. Radiant does take a lot of time. Immortal, very reachable for anybody. You just gotta put the right things together and really carry your games, really. But okay,
Yeah,
so you want to be immortal. Great. Almost 80, 90% of my students want to be immortal. Okay, so but just keep in mind, it takes a lot of work. It's gonna be a lot of bad days, stuff like that. So uh, it's not easy. But okay, go ahead and queue up. Make sure in the game you play the agent or role you want to work on. Doesn't make sense for you to
right.
play Sage if you're a duelist. So
Yep. What's the most common rank you get for coaching?
common rank. That's a good question. In the beginning, when I did like free coaching and just started, it was probably like a lot of bronze, silvers, and then it started becoming like plats, diamonds. It slowly, gradually went up as people saw my videos. Um,
Mhm.
because I guess people like the way I coach or what I'm saying. But I think the most common, if I were to say one rank, probably has to be. This is a really good question. Probably
Match found.
gold or plat. These days, lately though, is probably a lot of ascendants. Ascendants and yeah, probably a lot of ascendants to be honest.
Go. Let's go.
That's probably the most
Yeah,
common rank I'm coaching right now.
yeah, I've
Or
seen a lot of hints in like your thumbnails.
yeah,
So
yeah, a lot of ascendants lately, which is good. It's good for the lower level guys too, right? Because then because we talk a little bit differently, not big like a huge difference, but still it's slightly more advanced than me talking to like a gold guy, you know. Um, but yeah, it's probably these days ascendant plat probably in that range. Plat to ascendant is the most common. But to be
yeah,
honest, a lot of the plat guys actually shock me, like Trilly, um, who else? Soviet. Like some of these guys, like um,
Yeah, I remember that guy.
they
He was
really yeah
Rain on Split, right?
yeah. They really shock me because their mechanics are so good. Like their aiming mechanics, their aim, just their aim is like at like ascendant immortal level, but they're just everything else is like holding them back, right? So I try to teach them that stuff so they can start, and they improve so much. Like some of these guys, even Jay. I don't know if you saw the
Yeah,
Sky.
Jays.
No, he's not Jays, but Jay. He
Oh
was a
yeah, yeah.
Sky
He was in
player.
the 10 man, right?
Yeah, he's in the 10 mans, but he was a Sky player, and
He was
man,
Sky only, right?
yeah, the Sky only guy in the beginning. Now he's a
Yeah, yeah.
Sentinel player though, but man, yesterday when I watched him play 10 mans, he literally dropped 25 every game, and the lobbies were hard too. There were some immortals, some ascendant threes. So like people like these guys are improving. Like they shock me to be honest, because it's usually not aim that holds people back, right? And from what I see, like 90% of my students, it's always all mental, something mental, fear, uncertainty, just something, getting in their own heads, stuff like that. No, not enough knowledge, stuff like that in terms of game sense.
Yeah.
But okay,
So
yeah.
what's your most common role that you get coached for?
Most common roles duelist. I think it's like 70% duelist. Because at the lower mid levels, people don't want to
Sky
play
only, right?
anything else. But okay,
What else you guys do? Kill Fade
just
Year.
don't be nervous. You know how it goes. First one, I really don't talk to you. I'm gonna just write down notes. So
Okay.
what's that? That's that. Good luck. I'll see you after the game.
Reloading. Throwing net.
All right, chat.
Blocking sight.
Second.
Weapon here.
I'll read chat in a sec.
Reloading.
Claire, what's up? Solar Flare, what's up?
Where are you? Bring them down.
Last player standing.
What do you think about the new agents? Looks really retarded, to be honest. Science. Looks really
You
stupid.
get a flash in sight. No, dash up on
I'm
him.
not gonna lie.
Where are you?
Just like,
I got you.
There.
Spike down A. Last player standing.
100 ping.
3. I really like his updraft dash there. Let me just fix this. He's a Plat too. Duelist.
Alright. Try to take a mid to B.
I think his comms are. Quite quiet. Yeah. Claire, 5 o'clock. That's when it's gonna start. I need you to manage it, sir. I know you're good for it. You know how to do it. You did it
I got
yesterday
one
with me.
now.
If you have a problem, message me. I'll try my best.
Target spotted. Cutting through.
Rapper.
Watch it.
Our spike carrier is killed.
Fuck.
Spike
How did that guy
down,
die?
B.
What a
Spike
fuck.
them down.
Jesus Christ.
We found one.
Fake teleport.
Enemy down. Spike planted.
Cutting through.
Bring them down.
One enemy remaining.
Have you seen that sign change? I just saw B main. We saw that we were watching the game, or not the game. We were watching the Thailand versus thing last night.
Alright, so you'll be man.
Goes from mid to B. A lot of whiffing. Nah, there wasn't much there.
Over there. Throwing net.
Time to jump.
Bring them down.
Maybe you have dog.
I'll find you. Fucking sight. Done. Be done.
Unimportant. Cover going out.
Thirty seconds left.
I only saw map 1 and map 2, and it was 8 a.m. So I was like, fuck, that was, I'm too tired for sleep. But crazy that they sold.
Last player
You're
standing.
down.
Spike down B.
Backside.
I watched the whole game.
10 seconds left. Team Ace.
It's kind of hard to push me. So, play fair.
Where you trying to go then?
But if you want, I can like just TP backside. If you want to go B. Let's try. Let's just try mid.
Alright.
Just do that.
Well, I have one melee, yeah.
Target spotted A. Nothing there.
Bring them down. They're blind with fear.
Time to jump.
Blocking sight. There, take
They're almost
them.
playing.
Mark two. Three. My ult's ready.
Dead chain.
What's this?
Enemy spotted mid.
Spike planted. My ultimate is shadows traveling.
One enemy remaining.
Gun here. I could use a drop.
Round right here.
You guys want to try mid again or straight to B?
No escape. Get out of my way. Where are you?
Shadows traveling.
Reloading.
Okay, I'm gonna flash.
Cover going out.
Bring them down.
117.
One enemy remaining.
Killed.
Blocking
Traveling.
They're fine.
Did I get inside your head?
Reloading.
Oh,
You can do the
wait,
same thing.
Need a drop. Thanks.
But
I'm gonna TP backside and flash.
one likes to play close left.
My ult's ready.
Marked one.
Bring
Cutting through.
This one's small, one can't get it.
One enemy remaining.
Planted.
Nothing there. They traded him out. They get 2. He needs to. Just gotta tell them guys, get the fuck in right now.
5 dead.
Okay, let's go B. Wait, Omen can
Oh my neck.
blind this, and I'm just gonna ult in.
I need a haircut, guys. I need a fucking haircut.
Try
Probably
to
this
dash on
week. I got one.
Cutting through. I'll handle this.
Blinding.
Enemy spotted B. Target spotted. Fight. Killed just
Range with it.
Catch them. Bring them down.
One more on site.
One enemy remaining.
Nice.
Blocking movement.
Spike planted.
Listen.
Reloading.
Cover going out.
I'll find you.
It ends.
What am I watching?
That's funny.
Right here.
I'm gonna like this. Put my TP on it.
Shadows traveling. Shadows
Nowhere.
traveling. Stealing sight.
Dash on.
Blocking sight.
Got some
Somewhere
heaven.
in.
Bring them down.
Got still 11, got still 11.
Cover going out.
Throwing net.
Still waiting.
Last player standing. Spike down A.
Oof.
Yo, you think you could like clone through and get to the cyber trip?
Cover going out.
Oh yeah!
Monster on the loose!
Decoy.
Back side, front side, front side.
Ultimate ready. Bring them down. No escape. Hold them to them. I'll find you.
Last player standing.
I need a drop.
I'm saving for the last.
There.
Time to jump.
Spike down A.
Night night.
I got the spike. Fake teleport.
Head back, B.
Our
Last
spike
player
is
standing. Spike down mid.
Shot.
Last round in the half.
I'm one off all. Just go B.
Alright.
Beer, what's good? He's Plat 2.
Spike. Headshot.
I have the spike.
Jump on it.
My ult's ready.
Shadows traveling. Shadows
Cutting through.
traveling.
Good.
Bring them down. Bring up the sight. One here.
He's on pillar.
We found one. Take hold.
Brimstone's there.
Lucky sight.
I know exactly where you are.
See ya.
One enemy remaining.
3.
Alright.
Watch this.
Cutting through. Fake teleport.
Cover going out.
Last player standing.
100.
Switching sides.
Here.
Spike down A.
Nice, nice.
One enemy remaining.
That makes 3.
Your biggest mistake was that you pissed me off.
Sorry, I'm not talking, guys. Sorry, I am not talking. I'm just really tired. I literally woke up like 50
One
minutes
enemy
ago.
remaining.
My brain is just, it needs some time to wake up a little bit. I'm just feeling really tired. My eyes like I don't know. I gotta just start sleeping earlier, man. My sleep schedule is fucked. I think it's because of VCT lately. This whole week, I literally like every time I'm done my sessions, it's like 3 a.m. I'm like, oh, I'll just wait and watch. And then I wait and watch, and
Flawless.
it's just like what the fuck, you know?
You're all safe.
It is just like what the hell. Great round. Anchor's mid. Good job. Nothing really there. They're on eco. I'm really just curious to see how they'll play.
Spike planted.
Time to jump.
Let me just do that real quick.
Comes alley.
Last player standing.
Cutting through.
Gotta send that.
I mean,
Stars, A ramp.
Cover going out.
Here's a lot. He just says A main.
Spike planted.
I'll find you. Got him.
One enemy remaining.
3.
Nice. Good shot.
Reloading. Oh, was that important? No charges left.
I need a drop.
It was just one on B.
Back off. My ult's ready.
They're blind with fear. Bye. My ult's ready.
That's it, right?
No more dreams.
My ult is
ready.
Spike planted.
Where are you?
That's 5% from mid.
Mark one.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Oh, nice shot.
Oh, they tried. Here.
Good round.
Oh yeah! Monster on the loose!
Can be so far.
Enemy spotted A.
Sensor tripped. Enemy A. We'll catch
Spike planted.
Stay down.
Last player standing.
I need a drop.
Let's see what this guy's saying.
Yeah, can you buy?
Thanks.
I know exactly where you are.
Spike planted.
But I can.
Cutting through.
I can help.
Ultimate ready.
I'll handle this.
Here. Many enemies B.
Three on site. Three on site. Three on site.
Pull them to their grave.
That's the.
Last player standing.
Yeah, let's pillar.
Thrifty.
Good shit.
Gun here.
Okay, starting here with a up. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm not talking. I'm just getting ready
Get
to
out of
yab.
my
That's
way.
why I'm kind of rusty.
I got
Jump,
you, man.
peaks, main, angle,
Spike down B.
echo,
Enemy spotted. B.
fall, out, comes back, killer, gets one,
Where are they?
peaks twice,
Bring them
flips.
They're blind here.
It's on like a hard hit.
One enemy remaining.
Dreams, asshole. Spike B. Reloading.
Match point.
Good round. Yeah, it tends to repeat a lot.
Doctor, you hear me? Can you throw a net on?
Barrier deployed.
Cover going out. Standing sight. Cutting through.
One flank.
I'm gonna spawn.
Bring them down. Bring them
Spike
down.
planted. Sleep.
Reloading.
Yeah, but I'm gonna want for info if you want.
Watch them run.
I'll find you.
Last player standing.
Mark
question.
one.
I need a drop.
Thanks.
Where are
Oh yeah! Monster on the loose!
Hey.
Shadows traveling. Decoy. Enemy spotted.
Oh, what's the line main? Hear me shooters.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
How did they lose that? What? It's a 5v3. He hesitated. I'm pretty sure if he didn't hesitate, he probably would have been alright. Maybe he would have died. Maybe. That brim is terrible.
Yo, Fade, you're. Would be me.
Pull them to
No surprise.
bring them in. Target, bring them down. Eyes down.
They should not lose.
One enemy remaining.
Good shit. GG's.
I didn't
Defenders
even
win.
All right. Give me 1 sec.
Alright.
Just changing my key binding. Alright. That was a good game. Good game.
It was alright.
That was alright. It was alright. Good game. Was it easy win? Maybe not an easy win, but it was a win. Win is a win. Take those. Alright, let me just get in this lobby. Alright. We have a lot to go through. Okay, you can stop sharing your screen.
I bet.
Just loading in.
Go.
Shit.
Let's go.
Okay. Let's get in here before we start. Alright, what do you think is your main things in general, not this game, but in general that are holding you back? Like what issues do you have with problems with in your mind?
Think
Hey, the gang's all
getting
here.
my team
This
on
is
the same page as me.
great. They don't stand a
Okay.
chance.
So a little bit of a communication. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else? Just try to think. You know, there's no right or wrong answer. I'm trying to pick your brain a little bit here.
Maybe better decision making. Want to dash in.
Okay. Yeah. Anything else you think in general? Not even Jet specific, just in general your game. You know, some people will be like, oh, you know, I'm having my mental's fucked. You know, whatever, my aim is bad. Like something more general. Maybe not this game.
No, I don't really tend to have any issues mentally.
My ult's ready.
Okay. All right, cool.
I don't really get tilted.
Yep. I noticed that.
Uh,
You're pretty level-headed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess sometimes I AFK, but
Mhm.
I try to keep myself engaged.
Okay. All right. So we'll kind of move on from there. So I think that first point you said is quite accurate. Getting the team on the same page. You have a really like a really hard time, and I'm not saying that you know never or something, but from what I saw this game, and that probably will relate to generally in most of your games, is that you do not calm at all, or you know, it's very quiet in terms of volume and or the frequency in which you're talking. I'm not saying yap all the time, but you need to make sure you're feeding information. I think that's one of your biggest issues. uh, you know, you do calm, but you calm when it's general knowledge. You gotta calm when they don't know. You gotta be that guy where you kind of make them rely on you, make them trust you, make them, you know, listen to you, stuff like that, and not just by words, by actions as well. But um, I think you really hit the nail on the coffin on that first note. Like, if you can identify it, you know it's a problem. It's a big problem. Okay, yes, in this game specifically, they're not speaking. Okay, I can understand that. Yes, you're in Plat. Some people, not you, but some people may feel like it's unnecessary to talk because not people aren't gonna listen, this and that, whatever. Okay, but it communicate. This is a tactical shooter. Communicating is the most important thing. And I'm gonna ask you a question. Would you talk like this in in our 10 mans?
No.
No,
I mean,
right?
the reason I don't calm as much as I usually do is because the team wasn't as cooperative.
Sure, but
Usually
that's not an excuse to be a mid-level player, okay? And
yeah,
what I'm trying to say is that um, we need to make you think like and be a high level. Probably heard me say this countless times, but it's true. Okay, I teach my students from the get-go, from the bottom up, right from the beginning, to be a high level player, to think like one, to act like one, not just act like one, but think like one. That's the most important. Okay, we need to set you up to becoming you. And you asked me, sorry, I asked you the question. What do you want? You said immortal. If you're gonna communicate like this in immortal, they're gonna laugh at you. They're gonna clown you. Okay, they're not gonna listen to you. They're not gonna respect you. So that's what I'm trying to help do to you is set you up so you're ready for these lobbies. And I asked you, I'm like, would you do this in 10 mans? You're like, no. Obviously, nobody would because it's try hard. I understand that, but don't let your environment, don't let these games, because they don't talk, they don't cooperate, don't listen, uh, hold you back in that way. You gotta make them listen to you, not by just yapping, okay, by actions, by being the best player in the lobby. They will automatically follow you around. They'll automatically listen to your calls because a lot of the times your comms are asking your teammates. They're not cooperative, but you're asking them what to do, right? That just doesn't make sense to me. Uh, they're not going to cooperate in your mind, but you're asking them what to do. So what's the point of asking them? You might as well just tell them what to do and make them trust you, make them follow you around because you are the best player, if you understand what I'm trying to say. So um, we got to adopt this mentality where um, you are a high level player, you want to be a high level player, then we're going to have to, you know, take those actions and be consistent in being a high level player. That's what being a high level player is being consistent, always doing the things that are important over and over and over again, no matter what the hell you're feeling, what's going on in the game, how hard the game is, how easy it is. Okay, you got to stay on the same mental frame of being consistent, just doing it over and over again and doing it at a high level. So that's one thing I noticed is that your comms, I'm not saying they're ground level, like you communicate and stuff. You're like the only one talking, but still, um, you're in Plat to really get out of these levels to climb to Immortal. You need an IGL. You need to be a leader, not by words, but actions as well. As in, you need to make them rely on you because they feel like you're the best player in the lobby. So we'll just go through the common notes first. The general notes. Sorry. We'll start with your cons. You know, I tell all my students there's a lot of cons versus pros. Okay, because I'm really focused on what you're doing wrong, not what you're doing right. You know, I might highlight what you're doing right, but you know, I don't really care because if you're doing it right, all you have to do is kind of keep doing it well, improve on it, make sure it doesn't diminish. You gotta just keep working on that and do it even better, improve always. So let's start with your communication. Okay, and I'm gonna run through these because I have a bad habit. You've probably watched the stream. I have a bad habit of getting stuck in these and start yapping. But I'm gonna get through these quickly, so we won't get stuck on these. We'll get deep in the round specifics where these come from. So,
Okay.
comms quite quiet. Can't really hear what he's saying, asking his teammates instead of leading them, as in the volume as well. It's just so quiet. It's like you're whispering or mumbling. I can't even hear you. It's too low. You know, have your chest up a little bit. Have some confidence, guys. Let's go B. Guys, let's do this. Group up right now. Go. There's two here. Right? Have a little bit of assertiveness to your voice. It's a little too quiet, too timid, in my opinion. And I know everyone's a little bit different, but still, gotta have a voice in this game, or develop one because um, the higher you go, the stronger people's voices get because they know their capabilities. They tend to, you know, not listen to people that are showing weakness in that terms of, you know, he's timid, he's quiet, he's unsure, he's uncertain, he's asking his teammates versus a guy that's leading and being, you know, that guy or that way of communicating. Guys, let's group up right now. Can we go here? Okay, yeah, I like what you're saying. Okay, what about this and that? Okay, because at the higher levels, it's all about communicating and planning with your team. So yeah, we'll get in there when it comes up, but let's get specific. Sorry, let's run through these. So next thing is unsure what to do. Maybe in your mind you kind of know what you want to do, but as a team, as a macro sense, as your team, as the leader, you don't know what the hell to do. Okay, you're asking them what to do. That shows me that you don't know what to do. A leader, or not even a leader, a player that is understands this game in depth or is confident in what he wants to do or the capabilities or the calls or his game sense, he's going to tell his team what to do. He's going to direct them, not be toxic, but direct them. Guys, can you go here and watch mid for us? This and that. Can you go lurk A? We're going to start B, stuff like that. So you're I'm not saying all the time. You know, sometimes it's kind of there, but most of the time, generally, you're really unsure of what to do as a team, and that's fine. We'll work on that. Okay, next thing is not feeding info. Maybe only the info that is common knowledge, as in, you know, there was that one round where you saw the neon slide into garage, so you're like, and it was a 3v1 here, and you were sitting heaven, and you're like, oh, he last one garage, right? That was a good comm, okay? Because you saw him go back, okay? So you're the only one that kind of had that info, so that was a good comm. But most of the time, it's not like that. You peek, you re-peek and die, and you just quiet. You gotta tell your team not only that there's one mid that killed you, but who it is as well. Brim mid killed me. There's three mid, right? There's that one round here. You peeked on the jet, whiffed, dashed away. Okay, you re-peeked. You see at least two to three, and you just sat there and let your team you just AFK brain. Like, tell your team there's three mid. Okay, and I'm gonna ask you, how many enemy players are there on the team? Super easy question. Five. If you call out three, okay, they can play accordingly. They can either come, start taking space, look for a 1v1 somewhere here and come down, stuff like that. They can start rallying to mid to fight them, whatever it is. I'm not trying to be specific because there's a plethora of things they can play and however they can play, and it's all situational. Nothing is specific, but you need to tell them that more than half the enemy team is mid or main, or there's two A, and be specific and detailed with it too. Don't just tell them two mid. Be like Brim, Jet, mid. On A, you re-peeked and die here with it all. Neon, Cypher, A main. Okay, so your team can play accordingly. It's not for you. It's for your teammates. It's a tactical shooter. In a real life situation, you think a SWAT effort, five guys going in a building, two of them are, and let's say one guy sees three enemies down the hall. He's just like walking away. He's just walking with the SWAT team. They're just going into another room. He's gonna tell, or he dies there and he's dying in the room by himself. He got shot by two people. He thinks he's just gonna be dying by himself in the room. He's gonna tell, at least try to calm guys. I got killed in this room. There's two here, right? It's like we gotta think about it on a tactical level. Like, they would never do that in SWAT effort. They would feed every freaking piece of information, everything. Bro, I'm gonna leave you here. Watch your left, watch your right. I got you. I'm behind you. Right here. Be careful of this door. I'm leaving you. You're alone. Let's go here together. Let's go up these stairs. Let's go downstairs. Okay? They're gonna calm everything because those things matter, and it's the same thing in Counter Strike and Valorant and almost all tactical shooters. Okay? You need to feed information. I don't care what the hell if you think it's useless. Okay? You know, hey, what's going on? A, are they coming in? No? Okay, I'm gonna pick a mid. I'm walking down mid. Guys, I have all of mid. Hey, bro, I'm leaving you here by yourself. So that way they can process this information without looking at the minimap, without looking at you, and play accordingly. That's what it's for. It's to set your team up so that way their brain, okay, is ready for any possibilities, stuff like that. Okay, so we need to do this a little bit better, because you're not feeding info nearly enough. Okay, at the and I'm gonna be really honest. There, you can carry games by just communicating. You can be fucking 5 and 30, but just give crucial, good information, feeding them, processing what the enemy's doing, and feeding it back to your team, and win games. Okay, I know that because there's Radiant players that always bottom frag and they don't have any aim mechanics, but they're so good at high level communication, game sense, all these other categories that help them win the game. They don't care about their aim, they just care about setting their team up. That's what this game is. Obviously, you're a duelist, but we have to think about that you are in the plat level, the medium level. Okay, IGL traditionally is reserved for the smokes, sentinels, controllers, and pro play. Okay, initiators sometimes, duelists sometimes, very rarely, like not 1 out of 10. Uh, but in ranked, to reach and to get higher levels, you need to be the IGL. It doesn't matter what role you are. You need to be that guy to understand the game so well, to be such a good player that you can feed all informations, even if you're taking fights, even if you're across the map. I think the most common thing is that most people only calm things in front of them or what's happening near them. The best players communicate what's happening all over the map. Okay, they're super hyper aware. They're super sensitive to mini map. They know what the hell's going on. If I'm sitting mid, there's nothing there, and I look at the B guy, he's clear B main. I just know they're A. I tell my team, guys, they're all A main, all A main. Go, go, go. Start stacking A. I'm walking down. I got a flank. Stay up, stay up. I got three here. Okay, they're super hyper aware. So we gotta start working on this and thinking about it. It's one thing to know that we have a deficiency here, but it's another to start thinking about it, be critical, and improve. And you don't improve by getting it right. You improve by getting it wrong. So that's that. Okay. Let's move on.
So what would be like the first step in improving that?
In terms of communication,
Yeah,
I
or
mean,
like IGLing and stuff.
Well, it's to, get calls wrong, build upon what you did wrong. Okay, let's go rush 5A, guys. And then they stacked it. You gotta think, why are they stacked? Is this too predictable? Maybe we should have just been a little bit more patient, stuff like that. You gotta be really, really critical and dissect everything. After the round, okay, you need to sit back, and I'm not saying like lay back and be lazy or whatever, or just relax too hard, but sit back as in look from the outside in. Okay, we went A here, but what was the condition here? We didn't really set them up. We've been rushing B, and then it stopped working, so we just rushed A. Like that one round where you guys went B a couple times, didn't work. We can be specific here. You guys went A and they fought for it because it's so predictable, right? It's just so obvious you guys aren't gonna go B anymore. But you gotta kind of um, build upon that. Okay, we went A, they fought for it, it's fucked. Like, it was too predictable. We should have went mid or something. We should have defaulted. We should have played it slow. We should have looked for picks. Okay, so that's the key in being IGL is making mistakes. You gotta make calls, be and wrong calls. That's how you get good. That's how I got good at making calls. And a lot of my students watch me play and they're like, how the fuck do you know this shit? How do you know this guy was like? They think I'm cheating sometimes. They're like, how the fuck did you know this guy's gonna rap? It's like, I just seen all these scenarios. I've made mistakes where I've started to improve upon those thought processes, and then I can narrow down how they move, where they're gonna be, where they like. Also, tendencies are important as an IGL. You need to not only know how the enemy team plays as a whole, but individually. This Reyna's just lurking AFK mid every single round. This Reyna and Cypher are just A main sitting there. They're just holding. You gotta know the every every five players' tendencies. Okay, but coming back to what you asked is, you gotta get used to communicating. That's the thing. You're not. I can tell you're not uncomfortable. Not uncomfortable, but it's like it's not something that you put, any focus on in terms of what you need to, or you think it's not important to climb. But communication is probably a top two skill that you need, in terms of to climb, because this is a tactical shooter. It's a 5v5. A team with five that are gonna be synergized, communicating, feeding each other information, versus a team with five that only two or three do that. Who do you think is gonna win in the long term? Long term, obviously there are teams that win. Super simple question.
The one that communicates more.
Right, exactly. It just makes sense because they're working together. Five people that are working together versus three in the long term, in the law of large numbers, over 2,000, 10,000 games. Obviously, in the short term or in the variance, the team with no comms can win two. I'm not saying that they never, but we gotta look in the long term. Though the team that works together, five, a lot of the time, a big percentage of the time, will win. Okay, so we gotta keep that in mind and just make calls wrong, work upon these calls, and also you gotta kind of get used to it. Just don't yap, but just tell them. And get used to looking at the map. 1B, 1 mid, 1A. Guys, they're default right now. We don't need a full run around and stuff. There's a round that happened, but I'll talk about that. But that's that. So just gotta get used to it. Do it. Get out your comfort zone. Okay, that's what Valorant and improving is all about. To get out your comfort zone. That's why in the 10 mans I tell them, guys, I don't want you guys playing only your main role. You must play or willing to play multiple roles. That's the only way you can get better. That's the only way you can understand this game in depth. You know why I know that? It's because I did that as well. I wanted to only play one role, but you limit yourself. Get out your comfort zone. Grow, right? And the game starts opening up. Your brain starts opening up a little bit when you do that. When you play other agents, understand utility, understand the timing on the things, their cooldown, signature abilities, how they are played, what strengths they have on certain maps, stuff like that, what sites, stuff like that, their ults and stuff like that. Okay, so we'll get to the stuff more in depth when the rounds come, but let's just move on for now. So not feeding any info, maybe only the info that's common knowledge. So that's that. Okay, last note on comms. Uh, not feeding important. This kind of ties in with it. Not feeding important info when he's dead. Okay, remember, like I told you, you died mid. You're just silently there, sitting AFK or not saying anything AFK. Same thing on A. You're just like, oh, I'm gonna reap, jump peek, whiff, come back peek, get one tap. That's it. End of story. They can handle it. You gotta tell them, guys. Once I saw this information is crucial. I saw Cypher and a Neon, guys. Okay, then they can play Cornet. They're not gonna just start running B once these guys start dying. They're gonna sit there. They're gonna wait. They're gonna maybe push out. They're gonna, be ready for them mentally, as in ready for them to run in or ready for them to rotate, stuff like that. It's a higher level way of playing. Okay, you gotta don't think about yourself. You gotta think about your team. This is a team game. I fully understand that it's Plat. People don't come, they don't listen, they're not cooperative. But you gotta make them cooperative. And I don't believe that this team was 100% not cooperative. You guys won the game without communication, yeah. But there was one guy that was talking back to you, like talking with you, right? You need to make
Yeah, I think
sure,
it was the Yoru.
yeah, you need to make sure you guys are on the same page at all times. That needs to be your best friend in quotations, okay? When there's a guy that's playing with you in terms of communication, because you guys were bouncing ideas off each other, but that was it. You gotta really make sure you guys are like the best friends in quotation, as in, okay, if no one else is coming and he is, we need to keep the vibes up. We need to keep the mental good, stuff like that. You guys lose a really fucked up round, tell them, guys, it's all good, it's all good. You guys are down on attack, whatever. Guys, we went on defense, stay locked in. We're good, we're good. You gotta be that type of leader. You gotta be that guy because you know how people are in this game. They're so fragile. Like one bad round, everyone just starts tilting. So
Bro.
you gotta make sure that you gotta really be that guy. And once you're that guy, I'm telling you right now, people are gonna rely on you. They're gonna be like, "Whoa, this guy's really good. This guy's really solid. I want to be like him. I want to follow him," because it's just human nature, right? We're a primal, we're like a primal animal as well. But uh, for us, it's a little bit mental. Like I know, guys, we kind of ego each other in like not in Valorant, but even in Valorant, but in life to see who's the top dog. We try to see mentally who is more alpha, not physically, but the mental side. Okay, this guy is actually more on top of me in terms of mental, right? We're primal. We're like apes or chimps. Like we gauge each other on the time all the time. There's a ladder, a social ladder that we can it's constantly flowing. Oh, there are times where you meet somebody, he's on top of you, but then you realize this guy's like a piece of shit or whatever, right? Like whatever it is. But so we gotta be on top of that kind of. But that's not as important. But yeah, yeah. So let's move on. Aim. I think your aim is actually quite strong. I know, I always give the students a little bit of benefit of doubt in the early games because I just know they're nervous. I know they're not warmed up properly. So most of the time it's their first game. But I think your aim is quite good. Um, it's probably your strongest trait, but this is the most common thing is that aim is strong, everything else is low, weak. Okay, and that's why a lot of people are stuck. It's because they focus on the wrong things. So these 5 categories, okay, aim, utility usage, comms, movement, positioning, and game sense and mental game. Okay, aim is literally secondary to all of these. Okay, you can be a player with dog shit ass aim mechanics, but if these other like I told you, like the Radiant players, if these other 4 categories, and there's obviously other subcategories within these categories, if these are high, 10 out of 10, and your aim's a 4 out of 10, 3 out of 10, you're gonna be still a good player, because you understand the game and depth and more than just mechanics. This game is not. This is like a 20% mechanic game. Okay, you're aiming and moving, maybe 30% for it. It's probably closer around that rough estimate, but everything else is way important. And I keep telling my students, aim is nothing. Okay, it doesn't mean shit. If your aim is 10 out of 10 and these categories are on the ground level, 2 out of 10, 0 out of 10, your aim gets capped as well. And that's the most common thing is a lot of these guys have a mortal level aim because that's all they focus on, but they're stuck. They cannot climb because they're not using their brains. They're not using better positioning and movement. They're not understanding how the enemy thinks, understanding how people move, understanding the concepts of entering, scaling, lurking, pathing, timings, rushing, default, contact, whatever it is. Okay, they don't know in depth. They may know of it, but they don't know it 100%. Okay, so these other categories, I would say your aim is like a 8 out of 10. It's pretty solid. Okay, you're instantly deleting people pretty much most of the time. Um, you know, but you gotta bring all the. It's like 8 out of 10. But these other categories are like 5. For you, it's not ground level. It's like 5, 6, 5.5, 6 maybe at most. Okay, we gotta bring these up higher than your aim. You gotta stop focusing on aim. And I'm not saying
Yeah, I've been
stop
using your pure G
yeah,
playlist.
good, good, good. I can kind of tell you're working on your aim, whether you're using pure G or not. Like your aim was pretty good, and even in this game, you're deleting people. I liked it. But you know, to come to that point, like you're not being disciplined though. You're re-peaking 4 or 5 times. Obviously at this level it might work, but higher levels you go, the second repeat you're deleted. Okay, they're ready for you. You got to add some discipline, some patience, some playing it safe, using your brain, taking better fights, and with your aim, because aim, and most people just rely on aim, but there's more than just aim. It's learning how to take good fights, increasing the chances you're going to win this fight. Not taking a 50-50 fight or a 40-60. You need to be taking 80-20s, 90-10s, 70-30s, 60-40s. Those type of fights you need. And that's with your brain. It's not with you just going out and just flicking his ass. That's not how you take those. It's by understanding the situation. Yo, there's two here. I'm not going to wide swing into them. Stuff like that. Okay. I'm going to isolate them at least at most. Stuff like that. But yeah, so I'm just yapping. Sorry. But aim is like 8 out of 10. Let's get these other categories much higher. Okay. They outweigh your aim by tenfolds. I keep telling my students that, and it's true. Because if that wasn't true, Radiant players would not be able to get to Radiant and always bottom frag. Because then that just doesn't make sense. You would need some sort of, a good high level aim. But there's so many players, so many Radiant players that just use these other skills to get them to Radiant. And then they don't give a fuck about aim because they're an IGL or they're a controller player. They just play their role. And then they add these things.
Like FNS.
Yeah, like FNS. These days, but even FNS, he used, well, he was a little bit old as well when the game started, but, you know, he was a Counter Strike pro, but when he got here, he was dog shit aim mechanic. No, and nobody respected his aim. But he's still a pro because his brain, he thinks on a high level. He understands the game in depth. He uses these concepts well. It's one thing to know these concepts well, but it's another to apply them and be 90-80% accurate when you're using them. Okay, so he's a big thinker. That thinkers get more credit than aimers. No one respects aimers because aim is the easy thing to do. All you have to do is train every day, 3 or 4 hours a day. Be consistent for a year. You'll become Demon 1 level aim. And we'll briefly touch on this, but that's why Demon 1 is washed now. Everyone thought he was godlike, God mode pro, next one up. Okay, look at him now. He's struggling because his aim is 10 out of 10, but at the pro level, everything else is quite weak. I'm not saying ground level, but it's probably at the 7 range. But other pros like Aspas, his aim is 10 out of 10, but his knowledge, his game sense is like 9 out of 10 as well, 10 out of 10 as well. His movement positioning, his utility usage, all of these skills are so high. And I saw a tweet where they were saying, Demon 1 is all aim, no brain, and Aspas is all aim and all brain. And it's true. Aspas is so good through because he doesn't only focus on his aim, he focuses on how to take fights, smart fights. Obviously deleting people is important, but still, he has a level of game sense that Demon 1 doesn't. Demon 1 is inexperienced compared to Espas. Espas was on loud. He probably soaked up all that loud game sense, those leaders, Tui's, Les, these guys that are super high level players. Sorry?
Sadhawk.
Yeah, Sadhawk as well. Like these guys are, some of those guys were CS pros, but they're really really solid, like thinkers, right? Yes, aimers as well, but and we'll briefly touch on this quickly. At the highest level, from top 10 Radiant to a top 500 Radiant, okay, the edge is small. It's not 20% like it is from Plat to Immortal or 30%, whatever the edge is. Okay, or from Iron to Immortal, it's probably like 100% edge on those guys, or probably even more. But the edge is super small from a top 10 to Immortal 3 or the bottom top 500 Radiant. It's 1 to 5%. And in sports is the same thing. Soccer, football, whatever it is. The best of the best to the bottom of the barrel pro, the edge is so small, but that makes all the difference. So I'm trying to set you up where, because I tell this to a lot of my Ascendant players, but I think you do have potential to be much higher than your rank. But you need to start working on your edge now. Okay, it's about edge to becoming better and better and better. There's only so many people that can be Radiant. There's only so many people that can be Immortal. Okay, so you need, and everyone's fighting for those spots. So that's how you have to think about it. It's a ladder. You need to kill people, like not, actually, but you gotta kill people off their spots. You gotta overtake them. Right, you gotta take it from them. You gotta go and get it. So yeah, let's move on from there. Okay, your aim is really good. So let's focus on the other stuff. So a little bit of inconsistency in the beginning only. You're whiffing, even in the mid game, a little bit of whiffing. Not so bad. But this stuff I don't focus on too much because everyone can outwork the inconsistencies by being consistent, having a good schedule, working hard. You're doing PRG, great, love it. Just keep up with your range stuff as well. Don't just do PRG only. I don't know, do your PRG stuff first, go into range, do about 20-40 minutes, and also add progressive overload. I know you go to the gym, right? You work out. You understand this fundamental mechanic of working out, and it's in almost anything. A lot of things that are improving. Okay, you got to make sure not only that you're staying on the same intensity and the same time, same type of exercises. You must increase it, more intensity. You know, maybe not time is as important, but intensity, more exercises, being breaking down the exercises, being specific, working on other things that improve these other exercises as well. Add progressive. I don't need to explain it to you. Add progressive overload. Okay, it's really really important because aiming is a physical act. It's your wrist, your fingers, your arm, your forearm, your delt, a little bit of your lats, a little bit of your neck, a little bit of your core, a little bit of your biceps, stuff. Everything it's a physical aspect. So that's why improving it is easy. All you have to do is train every day and add progressive overload, and it'll become strong. The baseline keeps going up and up, just like how somebody would be benching and improving their bench or squatting, whatever it is. So yeah, that's that. Okay, so easy. This shit's easy to fix. Okay, I really focus on more the mental stuff. Okay, so crosshair placement could use a little bit of work. You're about, it's pretty good when you know they're coming, like you hear them or you're ready for it. But and this is common too. But when you're rotating, it's always kind of on the neck, not ground level, neck, body level. It needs to be head level everywhere you go. Look back, look here, okay, head level, okay, head level, okay, come here, head level. Everything needs to be head level. When you go, obviously there's times where you don't need it, like when you're in your smoke, stuff like that, but still it's so that way we are vigilant we are looking on our mini map and we're just here and he just pops up, gets scared as fuck, and just one tap his ass. Okay, that's what it's really for. So make sure it's always cross head level. Sorry. I think it's quite good though when you hear them or you're ready for them or they're coming in, but still you need to be ready at all times because there's so much unexpected shit that happens in this game. We got to be ready for the unexpected. Okay, next thing is around aiming around neck level. Yeah, this just kind of goes with that. Needs calmer aim. That's probably more of a note in the mid early game. Late game it was a little bit better, but still, remember that round, where was it? Right, it was I can't remember, but I think it was right here. Yeah, you came up, you lurked up behind them, you come up, you just saw the cipher and you're shooting him on the ropes. Like, first of all, you gotta understand there's more inaccuracies shooting on the rope. Okay. Secondly, you gotta just went behind him and knifed them, because you can have like a calm presence of mind. All right. Oh, I see the cipher. Look around, see no one's behind me. Head level. Okay. And then I just, okay, he's looking over there. Just see if there's one more there. Kill him. Kill another. Whatever it is. Have a presence of mind and understand that there's no rush in killing him. You just panicked. You're just shooting him on the rope and whiffing, and then obviously he gets full information. He just has to hide in a corner,
Here.
wait for his team to come back him up. So have a presence of mind of being calm. Okay, shooting first. I tell my students, shooting first in this game does not mean you're gonna win the fight. How many fights have you been in where you shoot them first and die? That's a question.
Plenty.
Plenty, right? Me too. I'm sure everyone has. There's probably so many times where you're shooting a guy 140 and this guy just looks at you, bloop, dead, right? So this game is not about shooting first. It's about being calm and precision and quickness, effectiveness, efficiency, and aim. Okay, that's more important. Micro adjustment, as in, oh, he's about to kill me, dead, stuff like that. Okay, it's not about shooting first. It's about making sure he's gonna die. Okay, that's really what it is. And doing it well, doing that really well, or doing it effectively where it's quick enough where he's not gonna kill you first and you just instantly delete him no matter if he shot at you first or not. Okay, so that's that. It needs calmer aim. Okay, overall, just every kind of aspect of calm aim. Okay, it needs to be patient. Just you're behind him. You don't need to kill him yet. Stuff like that. Where a little trigger discipline as well, because when you practice that, you'll get better at it, and you'll be in spots where you can kill 3 instead of a one and done because you added that type of calm trigger discipline. Okay, looking for fights in a bad way or when there's too much risk. Okay, you rely on your aim too much. It's a little bit. I don't think you actually have a problem where you're flat-footed too much. Some of my students, when they rely on their aim, they're out in the open. Like, they're just waiting for this guy to come. Doop, doo, doo. So the round starts, and they're just like this. Oh, I don't know if they're there, but I'm just gonna take this fight. Okay, you're a little bit better. Okay, you're kind of coming out, taking a tighter angle, playing with your terrain a little bit. Okay, so I can give you that, but still, this kind of ties in with re-peeking too much. Just wide swinging into multiple people. Okay, you're only supposed to wide swing when there's one person there at most. Okay, at most two. Okay, and usually when it's that case, there's a piece of utility that they can get away, like what you play, Jet. Okay, there's two. I come kill one, delete, get out. Okay, so you gotta keep that in mind. You can't just wide swing everything. I'm not saying that you do, but it's just for future reference. You can't wide swing or re-peek all the time. It may work in this rank, but it's not gonna work the higher you go, and that's what I'm trying to do. Because you've told me you want to be immortal. And I'm trying, anyone that tells me that, I'm super hard on them because there's a standard you must meet. You cannot just play like the way you play and be immortal. We gotta start working on these things where you become a true, and I'm not saying rank, a true skill immortal player. Okay, there's a difference from just the rank being that rank and true skill. You can be plat 2 right now, but you could be higher or lower in terms of true skill. And for me, when I look at you, I think you are higher in terms of true skill. But you gotta get true skill immortal. Okay, most people just focus on the rank. You gotta worry about your true skill. So that's that. Okay, stop repeaking. Be disciplined. Have a little bit of a risk management in your brain. There's 3 mid. Okay, I'm not gonna swing this. I'm gonna give it up. I'm gonna give it to them. Play smarter. Okay, stuff like that. Okay, whatever it is, it's all situational. But gotta add that to
Yeah,
your brain. Yep, go ahead.
I think I picked up like a bad habit because like
Mhm.
I hop on an alt account to play
Yep.
with my lower rank
Yeah.
friends,
Yeah.
and so like
You're just
it's like
re-swinging.
easier just to, like wide swing like a
Yeah.
couple of them and
Yeah,
just
because
trap
they
them.
they can't react as fast. You could swing it to 3 people and kill 2, right? I'm sure you can at like our iron level. Like I'm sure like you could even probably kill all 3. But um yeah, and you gotta adjust for the ranks you're playing. You gotta remember that. Yes, you're
Yeah,
smurfing,
I
but
kind of like carried that bad habit
yeah,
like
yeah,
over.
yeah, and that's fine. That's normal. Like because it's a mental thing, right? Because once you go into an iron lobby, you're like, oh, this works, it's working all the time, and you just keep doing it, and then you come back to your games, you're like, oh, well, it becomes like a habit, right? Like you said, like a bad habit. So you gotta keep it in mind to adjust. I don't know if you, how old are you, by the way?
22.
22. Okay, so you're a bit older. Have you played poker before?
Uh, Here and there,
Okay, so it's kind
not
of
really seriously.
yeah, yeah, I understand. But in poker, I play poker for a living, so it's kind of like I understand it. But in poker, um, you gotta adjust for the stakes. You're not gonna play the same way you're gonna play in a 25-cent game, stake game versus a 10-20 game. Okay, it's a big dip, or a 5-10 game, 2-5 game, 1-2 game. It's those every stake changes. So think about those like ranks. Like 1-2 is like gold, 2-5 becomes like high diamond, immortal, whatever it is. Okay, it's just an example, but most people that play high stakes cannot play 1-3 or like 2-5 or even 1-2 because the game is different. How people think in those stakes are different, so you got to keep that in mind. It's the same thing in ranks. Everybody is in that rank for a reason. They think alike, so you got to separate yourself and adjust as well. Okay, I'm in a low elo game. I can get away with more, but when I come back to my game, you got to be like, okay, I'm back to plat. It's not gonna work. I gotta adjust. So you got to be able to adjust because that will add versatility in your mind. Being able to adjust like that whenever you want. Oh, I'm back to playing plat lobbies. I gotta be more disciplined. Oh, I'm in a mortal lobby. Whatever it is, 10 mans. I gotta be super super sweaty. Okay, it's just you add that level of layer of your brain power. Okay, so yeah, let's move on. Kind of yapping, but I'm kind of yapping, but
Yeah,
uh,
you
but
ever go to the casinos in Vegas?
yeah, I've been to Vegas one time. I went there 2 years ago. I loved it. I really loved it actually. It was so
You
fun.
played poker?
Yeah, I play poker for a living. So I even went there, won a tournament, won like 8K US. For I came third. It was pretty fun. I love tournaments. I'm more of a tournament guy than cash game player, but I did play cash games a lot as well. I lost a lot of money when I first started to learn the game, but you know, that's kind of how the game goes. And some of my friends are pros in Canada, so they make like 300K a year, like 300K every like 6 months, shit like that. Some of them have won tournaments, but anyways, different story. We can talk about that later. But so and one thing poker helps and chess is all related, and gaming is that it's a mental game. It's really thinking and dissecting to being a high level thinker, understanding tendencies, patterns. Will he go all in here on the street? Will he check raise me here? Will he fold if I do this? He's always going all in, and when he doesn't have it, I need a call. He's always going all in when he has it. I need a fold. Right? So that's really what I got that from. But still, you can still learn that through gaming as well, because it's the same mental game. A lot of gamers in StarCraft 2 pros actually became pros in poker because of the same mental game like Elky and all these. But anyways, I'm just yapping. So utility usage. Try dashing into sight. Okay, we can kind of know what's wrong with this. You're just dashing into sight a lot. You even said I have problems with using my dash, or getting on site or whatever you said early. You need to smoke, and we'll get in there when the round comes. You need to smoke and then dash to add yourself a little bit of layer. You're just try dashing it all the time. Well, not all the time, but most of the time. Okay, so like on A, that's the only time you're doing it. When you updraft dash heaven. Okay, that's the only time I really saw you do it. On B, it's like almost never. You're just dry dashing and dying a lot of times. Okay, let's move on. Not using updraft or smokes that well. You use them, but you need to use them more frequently. Just deplete them. Maybe updraft not as much. Like you don't need to. You could though if you wanted to just get better at utility usage. You know, you're here. You guys set up. Just kind of up, or you know, kind of do it a little bit better than I did. But you know, like that, and just peek or whatever it is. You can kind of just start using it, but I would like you to use this as well more. You know, you're taking a fight, smoke this, isolate, fight here, come back. You know, even here, right here, that fight you had here, you kill the fade coming up, die to could have just went like this because you have to assume someone's there. Kill this guy. Look here. You know, you heard the one guy mid as well as 1v3. You could have done that. Just there's so many different options. But in general, I would like you to just use it at least bare minimum. But obviously, as you get better at it, you will start using it way more effectively and like just like really well and to your advantage, and that will add edge as well. Okay, let's move on. Movement positioning. He needs some patience in his movement. Tends to follow his teammates into sight, even if it is stacked or they have rotated and there's a lot of resistance. This is more of your attacking note. One thing I noticed is that your attacking needs a lot of work. Okay, and this is very common. Don't think I'm trying to single you out or bash you. Okay, I'm being super honest. Most people, okay, you're in that category. And this in terms of attacking stuff, you don't know what the protocol is. Even though you're a duelist, you don't know what your checklist is. Okay, you'll get on site, they're taking site, and you're just running up heaven to fight. Okay, and we'll get there when the round comes because I don't want to right now and then repeat it again later. So we'll touch on that. But you're just following the guy went in B by himself, and you're just going in there by himself. Yeah, he didn't tell you anything, but still, you need to understand. You need to be the guy to understand that if he's dead here, there's some sort of resistance. Whether it's 1, 3, 4, whatever it is, there's somebody there ready to kill us. But you just went out and dashed behind him and just died, right? Like it's just foolish. You gotta just think better and just be a high-level player. Oh, he's dead, guys. Let's rotate. Oh, let's rehit. Add some concepts to your game. It's just I just noticed that you just on attack, it's just we go B, it's going B. We go A, we go A. I think you rotated twice, maybe one time. And the one time you rotated, your whole team's dead. And then you came from A to B. It's like, bruh, it's too late. You gotta be able to identify where not only that weak side, strong side, and where the sentinels play, but how many they are in the moment. Okay, there's that round on A. The Brim smokes, Neon shoots his stun. Okay, that's 2 people, but you just went up ramp, came back, and just like just feeding. Like you gotta just kind of assess the situation and also understand how the enemy thinks. If they, okay, because let's say you start 5 here, what is the enemy and they hear, or maybe not hear 5, but they identify there's 3 to 4 people here in terms of noise, utility usage. What are they telling the guys on A? What are they telling their team?
That my team's here.
What are they saying specifically to their teammates?
5 here.
They're gonna say many A main, right? And in this lobby, okay, we gotta adjust. In this lobby, people just run off first contact. You know how I know that? You were doing that. Your teammates were doing that. I've coached a lot in this lobby. Most people, once they see the first contact, they just start running towards A because their teammates are all here, even though they're not all there. Obviously, they're not specific, but still, we gotta think how they think. If we start here and we're making a bunch of fucking noise, they're not gonna be like, oh, they're all B. Okay, they know you guys are multiple, minimum 2 to 3 here, minimum. Okay, so they're gonna start rotating. So once you see a Neon and Brim, how many people are that?
2.
2. So you're gonna have to assume there's other people rotating as well. You gotta use this information to get the fuck out and start rotating. Guys, leave right now. They're rotating. They know we're all here. We showed too many. Whatever, through utility or sound. Let's get out. Let's rotate. Okay, or let's go back mid. Whatever the call is, situational. But you gotta be that guy to identify that. Okay, on B, you guys were just falling into a meat grinder like 80% of the time. Yeah, you would kill them and brute force your guys way in and win some rounds, but at the higher levels that's never happening. Okay, you know why? Because these guys have such good aim that one guy can kill 4 people. Okay, 2 guys can kill your whole team if they just play off each other and some pieces of utility. Okay, so this level obviously it's just sprain dead. They cannot do anything, but we got to be ready for the higher levels. You guys are just dead. So we got to start adding some concepts as well. But just coming off this note, uh, not only you don't know where the resistance is or how many are there, or maybe you do, but still you're just going in. If you do know, it's even worse, because if you know the street, there's no reason for you to go in. The chances of you dying here are high, unless it's you know you cannot do anything else, as in there's 20 seconds left, you guys made it to B or sat here too long, you need to go. Okay, different story. But start around mid round, like you can go anywhere, stuff like that. Okay, so um just don't follow them. Yeah, he goes in and dies, but don't die too. Go make a play, be the hero, do something else where you are him. Okay, let's move on. The next thing is uh so the next thing on this last note is he's repeaking a lot. It kind of ties into how your aim, looking for too many fights, bad ways, kind of ties in together. He's repeaking a lot. Needs to be disciplined. Add a little bit discipline. This is more of a defensive note, because that's what you do on defense, is repeak a lot. Attacking is not so much repeaking, because like not you, but generally, because the objective is different. You gotta go and get on site and clear corners, clear common angles they're holding. But defense, you gotta see if people are there. If there's there, you take a fight. Oh, I repeat. So, but on defense, you're just repeating way too much. Specifically this round here. Okay, specifically this round here. You jump peek him with an op. You whiffed. Okay, especially when you have an op, you gotta understand. I cannot repeat. Okay, because you've lost the angle.
You're not sharing your screen.
Sorry. Oh shit,
I don't think you're sharing your
oh
screen.
shit, sorry. I was supposed to share this the whole time. I totally thought it was on. My bad. I'm so sorry. Okay, but I guess I didn't really show you anything, to be honest. So that's fine. I was just yapping. But so here, you jump peeked him, right, with the op. Like, yeah, you gotta just understand that, especially at the higher levels. Okay, having it up is an advantage at the higher levels, yes. But people are so good that even if you have an angle advantage, they can delete you. It happened last night. G2 versus T1. I watched it. Trent just swung it up and deleted the guy, and the guy's just holding him, right? Like that shit just happens all the time at the higher levels, because they're so good. So, uh, they should die, but that just shows you that doesn't matter. Even if you're holding it, you have an op. Like, it's just, you gotta obviously outplay the guy with a rifle, but still. You come here jumping whiff, you come back, you need to know, okay, it's the risk of me dying, especially, okay, if there's one guy, okay, it's probably fine. Even then, it's still a little bit iffy, but still, if there's multiple, like you saw the Cypher and Neon, like, you cannot do that. Okay, you got, or heard many, you gotta just hold an off angle. You gotta reposition yourself where you let them come to you, especially when you're having an op. Rifle is a little bit different, but op. Okay, so keep that in mind. Just stop re-peeking so much. It probably works in like lower level, but it wasn't even working here. Like, you did, and this is Plat. You did it twice and you died. Okay, male and over there, specifically from what I can remember. I'm pretty sure there's other rounds too, but from what I remember, you kept re-peeking and dying on the re-peaks. It's not even like you killed them. If you're gonna re-peek, make sure they're dead. Okay, so that's that. Game sense and mental game. Needs to come up with better plans pre. Needs to understand how to entry and scale / clear site properly. There's no protocol. So we'll stop there. That's pretty much what I got in terms of game sense mental. Your attacking side needs a lot of work. Okay, you guys would get on site. Everyone's going site. Everyone's doing their, they're doing your job, and then you're just going here and going and fight them, like, or you're going here and spawn and just trying to take a fight. Like, you gotta, and we'll touch on this when the round comes, but so that way I can explain it more effectively. But gotta understand how to take any site, any map. Okay, you can't be a player where it's like, oh, I suck at this map. Nah, I'm just gonna AFK. Okay, there's a lot of players like that. Not you, but a lot of players like that. I don't even know what the hell is this on this. You need, and there's a channel in this Discord that shows all the 12 maps with all the callouts. So there's no excuse to not knowing anything. Okay, you need to be the guy to understand what your checklist is, no matter the site, no matter the map. That's how you should be playing Duelist. If you cannot do that, you cannot be a Duelist. Because Duelist is not a selfish role. It's a selfless role. Okay, it's a role where you need to go and work with your initiator or your team, where they help you make it safe, as in smokes down, some flashes, darts, dogs, whatever, for you to clear the site and make sure these corners, these angles are clear or they're dead for them, for the team, for it to be safe for them to plant and set up. But a lot of the times you go on the site, they're doing your job, they're clearing the site, they're playing together. You're just going to go look for a fight to go get kills. Okay, that's a not even a secondary thought. It's a third, should be like a 4/5 thought that you need to be thinking about. But I'll explain that way in depth when we get there. Okay, so let's move on. Next thing is attacking side needs a lot of work. Nothing there. Okay, let's move on to your pros. So pros, comms. I do believe you talk. They are there. It just needs some refining, some tweaking, and it'll be much better. Because you do speak. You're like the only one speaking. One of two people speaking, but still needs to be more high level. Okay, and a lot of times it's not specific and detailed enough. You hear two, I hear two or three, or maybe two, and you're like, they're B, they're all B, or on A, like multiple. Like, okay, what does multiple mean? Is that 2 or 3? Is that 4? Is that 5? You gotta tell them, and you can listen. You can hear how many footsteps there are. You can hear how many guns are being shot. You can hear how many different types of guns are being shot. You can hear, or not even hear, but see and hear the utility being used. Okay, then you can dissect which agent that is. Then you can know, right? So you need to work on being specific and detailed. That's okay for comms, really. There wasn't too much pros because yeah, there's a lot of cons. Aim is able to delete. Okay, I think you have a lot of potential. Your aim has a lot of potential to helping you get to immortal, but you need to work on these other categories. And I'm being really serious. I'm being really hard on you because you need to. Okay, there's no excuse. Saying I'm just gonna work on my aim is not good enough. Saying I don't want to work on these other things is not good enough. You may get to immortal, but you won't be a true immortal level player where you can climb to immortal 3, get towards a radiant, or maintain immortal every act and not be hard stuck. Okay, so that's that. I wrote he's ready for fights when he knows they are coming or hears them. You know, this is pretty self-explanatory. You're able to ready yourself. I have some students that can't. They don't know what the fuck is going on. Like they're just not mentally ready. They're just walking out and they're not addressing some risks. So you kind of have that. So that's good. You're ready. You hear them. You're just ready. You just delete them. You can kind of, you know, understand how to somewhat take the fight on your terms, which is good. A lot of my lower level guys, like gold, silvers, they don't know how. They're just not ready. They're just caught flat-footed or just super unaware. So that was good. I like that from you. You're ready when the you know when the opportunity is there, you take them, which is good. It's really, I think it's good. Utility usage. You're super aggressive with your dashes. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, you know, you dash down ram and kill the neon here, stuff like that. Okay, you come here, you just keep dashing out. Okay, but it's a dry dash, but still, your aggro. Okay, as you get better at all these other categories, your dash usage will get better as well, where you can start using it to be aggressive and getting more kills. Okay. The next thing is utility usage. Oh, sorry, movement and positioning. I wrote, you like to entry first. This is a very rare trait from most duelists. Okay, most 80% of my duelist students, they don't even know how to entry. They don't know how to scale. They don't even know what the protocol is. You at least want to go in first, okay, and start kind of going and running it down. But there's other things you got to think about. Okay, I had one student on bind, pretend this is front truck on A short. He would dash, and he's a mortal EU player. He would dash. He did this 7-8 times on attack. He would dash front truck and go like this, and you could just see his whole team just taking the site, just going in U-Haul, going back truck, going cubby, going into spawn, clearing shower by themselves, 4 of them, and he's just sitting here oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, what am I supposed to do? Oh my god, I'm just looking around AFK. Well, like he's going blank, right? So, um, being a duelist is not about getting in the site first. Okay, and we'll get there. But I'm gonna save it for then, when it comes up, because it's gonna be better. But it's not about going in first. Okay, it's about doing other things that I'll explain. But I like that you're willing to go first. You've passed the first step where most of my duelist students cannot even go first. They just wait for three of the supports to go, the Sage and the Omen to go in first, and then they go in because they're so scared. But you have that ability of having no fear. I love it. Okay, that's great. Okay, I I, I think that's quite important. So you understand this is just a game, but let's move on. I'll get there when the time comes because it's super complex and it's real. I get really in depth with it because it's not a simple thing as in go in sight, that's it. Okay, job done. Okay, it's not what it is. Okay, but let's move on. Game sense and mental game. His defending side is pretty solid. Your defensive side is really good, in my opinion. But that's the easy side. Okay, the attacking
Yeah, in
side.
my opinion,
Yep.
attacking is more team based, but like defense is more like individual skill.
Sorry, say that again. Your attacking side.
I feel like attacking in general is like about how cohesive your team is, and I feel like defense is like more about your individual skill, in my
Um,
opinion.
I guess you're somewhat right. Like, but let's and let me ask you, why do you think that is?
Because I feel like defense is more like reaction,
Yeah,
but
you're right.
on attack you have to plan ahead and
Right, right,
like
right.
get your
Well,
teammates to work with you.
yeah. So I can touch on that briefly. It's like, defensive side are spread thin, right? And you're right. It is a reactionary side, uh, but that's the first layer of being a defensive player or a defensive anything. Home country defending their land, anything. Yes, you need to be reactionary, but also you need to be two, three steps of the attackers because the attackers are the ones that control the tempo, right? If they rush down B, okay, you're gonna have to adjust. You can't just start spread. You can't just spread out. You're gonna have to rotate first contact, stuff like that, right? The attackers are the one that control the space, not control the space, but where they decide to go or the type of things they want to do. We'll briefly touch upon this is on in an examples. Just think about it in a war. An attacking country is the one that takes the land. It's the one that goes into the defensive line or the borders and say, this is ours now, right? Yes, the defenders are usually the ones that are reactionary or have to give it up sometimes when it's strategic. You're not going to fight at the borders. If they come in, guns blazing, you're going to have to back up, find a really good spot for you guys to, hold or retake from, right? But, you know, if the attackers roll down, this is a question. If they roll down, you've probably heard me say this, but if they roll down, or if they sit in trenches, what will the defenders do?
Grenade it.
Grenade. Okay, okay, but like more in terms of actions. Like obviously they'll probably try to sneak attack and stuff like. But generally, if the attackers have come to the border and sitting around doing nothing, the defenders have to just sit around and do nothing. They're not gonna just go and guns blazing and attack them. They're gonna be strategic. They're gonna let them come to them, right? Because they understand their home soil. They understand the advantages of certain parts of their land, right? Like high grounds, whatever it is. Okay. And I'll ask another question. If the attackers start coming down with tanks, a million soldiers on foot, and they start rolling down. Okay, rolling down. Okay, not sitting around doing nothing in trenches. What are the defenders gonna do?
Probably call for backup.
Or get ready. They're gonna start putting obstacles for tanks. They're gonna put landmines. They're gonna start getting anti-tank weapons. They're gonna start setting up turret, like fortified places where they can't just run down. Right? They're gonna start reacting. There's planes start coming to attack them. They're gonna start getting anti-plane weapons. Get ready for those. Obviously you might get damaged early on, but you start adjusting. But so that's that. So not only do they have to be a reactive thing, but they have to be steps ahead because they gotta know they can't just react only. So you gotta really understand what they're gonna do in the future. That's important as a defender. But coming to that point is you're right. They're kind of spread thin. It's an individual effort, but that's added as a team effort. If this guy stays here, kills three, not only has he done an individual great job, but he's held down parts of the map for his team. It's like a unified synergy thing where yes, it's all they're by themselves, but it's like a piece of their armor, if you will. If this guy's dead on B, like it's open. Like a part of the armor is broken, it's not going to be as effective, right? So it's a chain, it's like a wall, if you may will. If a part of the wall is broken, they can just go through that part of the wall, right? So that's that. Okay. Let's move on though. Okay, so now it's gonna get a little bit grungy. Some round I wrote every single round, and for you it was pretty specific. So because there's a lot going on in the round, so there's some rounds that are super detailed, some rounds that are not. What's up, Rimzu? Some rounds that are not. Okay, so just keep that in mind. The rounds that are super not detailed, we're just gonna breeze through them because there's not too much to them. But let's get into it. Okay, round one. So we're on the attacking side first. He goes B, dashes in, doesn't say anything. Okay, you can see what's wrong with that. Okay, needs to slow down and see where Cypher is. Okay, and I'm gonna ask you, where does Cypher usually play on split? Generally,
Backside.
no, which site?
Oh, B.
B, and obviously they'll play A too, but generally B is a site for the Sentinel. Usually, used to be. Maybe these days a lot of them play on A and they stack B, because the game has evolved. But when the game first came out, first 3 years, this was literally Cypher site, Killjoy site, okay, Sentinel site. They would just sit Sage's site. Sage was always played mid, but still, it's just like 7 out of 10, the players would all play B. Okay, that's a rough estimate, but still, generally they play B heavy because it's super easy. He just has to put a trip here, put a cam up there, stay. Someone's mid with him, and he just solo holds B, and they stack A because that's better than putting him here. I mean, it really depends on how they're adjusting to how the attackers are playing, but still, generally, there's a Sentinel site. It's super easy to hold it down solo. Okay, so first problem is here. You just dashed in without saying anything. You'll see it in the VOD. Like, just don't even say anything. You're just going in. Stride dash. Okay, there's a big problem there. At least minimum, tell them I'm going in, so that way they can at least follow you. You just went and just died, right? Like, it's silly. Okay, and see, and then also, you gotta see where the Cypher is immediately. That's why at the higher levels, as soon as the pistol round starts, they're like, guys, let's start B. If the Cypher's here, let's leave. Let's see where the Cypher is. Let's default and see where the Cypher is and group up and go opposite or whatever. It's Killjoy or whatever the Vice these days, right? Because they understand that going into a site with the utility that the Sentinel has is a high risk, not high risk, but it's tough. It's really hard to crack that site, especially on pistol. And you guys don't have that much utility because you have to buy pistols and stuff like that. Okay, it's different if they all went classics and stuff and utility that can break the trips. They'll just hit that site because they know he's solo on the site, but it's different. Okay, so let's move on. Wait, hold on. My Discord is going crazy.
What, the 10
Oh,
mans?
oh yeah, the 10 man. That's why. Just started. Let me just mute this. Sorry. I got it. Sorry. Just give me 1 second. Let me just mute this.
You can just turn on D&D mode and you won't get.
Oh yeah, true. I just muted the server because I kind of do needed it on. But okay, so round two starts A. All five makes a plan to go A. Really like his updraft dash. So you guys still lost the round, but I like this updraft dash. This is an updraft dash I do too. Okay. But again, okay, saying go A is not good enough to me. You gotta say, guys, we're going 3 heaven, 2 main, 4 A. Okay, we're gonna go all main or 2 heaven, 2 main, 1 sit mid. Wait for the flankers. Okay, get detailed, get specific, get creative, get it wrong. That's how you're gonna get really good at this. Okay, it's not about calling. Yeah, you have something to say? Go ahead.
You said get like what wrong?
Excuse me. Get the calls wrong. Okay, that's how you approve upon this. Sorry, one second. Fuck. Get the calls wrong. Okay, that's how you really get it. Get it right and good, and understand how you can take a specific site, a specific map. Okay. Obviously, if you just go 5 main and die, okay, you can't always do that. You're gonna have to start splitting, get creative. Okay, maybe we're gonna do a 3-man mid A split. We're gonna start 2. We're gonna be quiet here. We're gonna gain a little bit of space, hold, see what we can get. 3 guys are gonna make a bunch of noise. You can even get even more creative. Pretend like you're going B, come up to middle, come back into fence. We're gonna split A. Let me know when you guys are ready. Right? Get it wrong. It's not always gonna be accurate. As in, you make that play and it works 100%. Okay, a lot of the times it's gonna not work. But why I tell my students to get it wrong is because that way you can understand and build upon the skill. It's a skill, it's not genetics, okay? It's a skill of being creative, making these calls, understanding how the not only the enemy as a whole, but individually how they play. Oh, the Cypher is just AFK by himself. They're stacking B in mid. Oh, let's go 5A, guys. Let's split it. 3 heaven, 2, whatever it is, okay? But we gotta get these things wrong to understand how to use them in the future and apply them correctly. That's the key. Okay, most people just make calls and then that's it. But to be at an 80% success rate in your calls, as in every time you make a call it's 80% correct or it works 80% of the time, you got to get them wrong, improve upon them. Obviously some people probably start where they get it right 80% of the time and they start building upon it, but still, most people, because I was in that boat too, that's how I know. I was in the boat where I would make, because I wanted to be an IGL, I wanted to understand the game in depth, how they move, where they're gonna be, stuff like that. Where I would get it wrong a lot of times in the beginning, even though I was trying really hard to make the right calls. 50% of the time it was wrong, or it was the bad call. But as I made those mistakes, bro, once students watch me play these days, they're like, "How the are you cheating? Like, how the fuck do you know like how to make these calls, how they're gonna move, stuff like that?" It's because I learned from my mistakes. I built upon this. Okay, so that's that.
Yeah, I remember I saw like your VOD. You're like coaching Pookie,
Yep.
and then you're like micromanaging him, like
Yep,
telling him
yep.
what to come.
The second
And
second
then you're
session, right?
like, yeah, and
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
like, uh, I have map packs because I know just like how they rotate.
Right, right. Yeah, that's and I call this the map packing skill, which you will learn. You're already plat. He's gold, okay? But did you just watch the whole session or did you watch the
Uh,
Haven map, the last map we played on?
no, I just watch him on Pearl.
Okay, on Pro. Okay, so that's where he was starting to not. Well, that's where he wasn't understanding that still. But so the last, you go watch the last map, bro. It's so funny. Okay, they were on Haven. They're going A. They see the deadlock utility. They hear it and see him, and the Sage throws a slow. So and they 5-man A. So I told him, I'm like, rotate right now. He's like, nah, we're gonna go. It's whatever. So he ends up going up to short, and then he goes, wait, there's 4 here. We need to leave. So he starts rotating, but he starts sticking around, like not going. And I told him, I said, show them why it's free. Go right now. Knife out. He runs C up long. He did this multiple times after I forced him to, and it started like he just opened his mind. But he runs C, knife out, and I told him, take your gun out here. He takes his gun out. He goes into spawn from C site. The site was fully clear, nobody there. Okay, he goes into spawn, and you just see, because he was worried that if he makes these calls, his team wasn't gonna listen to him. And I explained, if you show them why it's free, they're gonna fucking follow you. He goes into the spawn, okay? You can see on the minimap, his whole team's just following him onto C, because if he's up that far and he's not dead, they know it's free, right? Whether you tell them or not, whether they're dumb as fuck, right? They're gonna follow people that know what the hell's going on. So I told him, go show them why it's free. And like, that's why I keep telling my students, not only tell them why it's free, show them. If they're not gonna listen to you, show them why it's free. Show them why they should listen to you, why they should follow you, because you're the best player. So he did that 3-4 times after that, and he was like, whoa, like this is crazy, right? And he was getting kills in spawn as well, because the enemy's rotating in rotation with their knives, and he's killing them. But it kind of comes to that thing as well, where you'll develop that, but you need to get it wrong. You need to understand it, be a leader, stuff. It's super complicated. Valorant, all these things I talk about, it's I kind of tend to yap, because it's not just saying, oh yeah, you got to do this like this and that's it. There's too much involved. It's really complicated. There's a lot of things involved, so that's why I kind of get sidetracked a lot, because there's just too much involved with anything. Just because these categories are separated doesn't mean they work separately. Okay, they all intertwine. You must add these in harmony. Make sure it's a part of your game. So yeah, let's just kind of move on from that point. I'm kind of yapping, but round 3 goes from mid to B. Not much there. Nothing really there. Okay, I can't really say much on this round. You guys just all I can't remember if you lost or what. Doesn't results don't really matter. But from your point of view, there wasn't much there. Okay, round 4 they start B. He Q dash way too early. Needs to call rotation or re-hit once he's mollied off. So here, you guys get up here. They smoke it, molly it, okay? And I'm pretty sure you went in after, but I was more thinking this is more of a game sense category. Like, once they stall and they know they're here, you're gonna have to make a decision, identify what the fuck's going on. Okay, us taking the side is gonna be too slow. The mid guys are rotating. One guy might lean over. It's probably gonna be around 2 to 3. Okay, and you know this site, like it's super small choke point. All 3 people can look here. One guy can kill all 5 if he's looking here and has good aim. Okay, so your choke point is really small that you need to identify. Guys, let's get the fuck out. They already know we're here. They're probably rotating already, and you need to understand that as in, at this level, they just run to first contact. So once you guys here and he mauled it off, that means they've identified you guys are here. They're probably likely running off. That's why you should always set up a lurk somewhere where he can take space while they're rotating, and then you guys can rotate off his info as well. He's sitting mid. He hears multiple going. He's like, "Oh, going B, yo, a lot. They're rotating from A. They're going from heaven to B," and then you guys can make that call off that information to leave or re-hit, whatever it is, situational. But you need to. So you queued it way too early, as in. As soon as the round started, you just queued it, got to here. It's pretty much like this, and then the molly's off, and you can't use it, right? What you need to, yeah, go ahead.
I don't want to like dash into it because like I knew my teammates won't be able to like.
Right, and that's fine. That's
begin
good.
with me.
I think I respect that. You know that if you've dashed into there, it's likely you're dead, and it's gonna be a man advantage for the enemy. My point is that here you dash instantly. You need to just clear this like you would crouch peek it. Okay, nothing there. Walk up with your team, and then only cue your dash when you're ready to go in or about to take a fight. Okay, I'm not saying cue it when you're taking the fight. When you're about to, as in you feel like your intuition is telling you, okay, I think there's gonna be some people here. I need to get ready. Then you start taking it on. Okay, to get ready, because you should have saved. This is, I explained to all my Jet players. This is the most broken piece of utility on Jet. Okay, they nerfed this thing like 10 times. They just nerfed it again where you can't fully do the same distance through a slow. You saw that nerf, right?
No.
Okay, well, you gotta keep up with the patches too. They just nerfed this literally like a week ago, where if there's a chamber slow, if there's a breach stun, you get breach stun, okay, you cannot do that distance. It's not that max distance, it's half the distance. If there's whatever sage slow, okay, it's not the same distance. They just nerfed it again, so that shows me. And in the early days when the game came out, she had 2 dashes and you didn't have to queue it, as in
She had like instant dash, right?
instant dash. If I press D and press B, like my key's B, I'm instantly going to the right. I don't need to double tap it, as in press B, press D again. Right? It's instant. If I'm fighting you mid and I just press back and dash, it's instant. Forward, whatever it is. And there used to be 2. Think about how broken that was. Okay, so
Someone had like 3 smokes too, and like 2 up traps.
yeah, something like that. I can't remember exactly on her smokes and upshots, but I just remember her dashes were so fucking broken. Her right click they nerfed like crazy, where you could
It doesn't
reset.
refresh anymore.
Yeah, these used to refresh every kill. Dude, you don't know the pain we used to go to. This guy just going like this, pew pew pew, just instantly deleting everybody, running around right
That's
clicking.
next, it was like Korean Jet, right?
Yeah. Like Soul Dam. But early on, this Jet was so fucking broken because there wasn't many agents as well, right? But anyway, so don't queue it instantly. I like that you didn't go. That was good discipline. You can understand why that's a bad idea. Okay, you're gonna take molly damage too. Okay, but get it. Start. Okay, you come up here, you get mollied off. Don't even need to use it. Just wait. Guys, let's re-hit. Guys, wait 30 seconds. Maybe can somebody go mid, make noise or somebody run through sewers like we're rotating, make some noise, come back. We're gonna sit here. And then a lot of the times when you do that type of play, you're gonna hear these guys just go do 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 do, start rotating off from heaven, because you can hear their audio, right? Look at my audio radius. You can hear them. So a lot of times, and then you put it on, get in. Or get ready. I'm going in, guys, and you start, obviously throw smoke, sorry, and then look like this, and then get in the smoke, okay? Because that way you can clear a corner and get on site. Okay, so that's something you need to add to your game. You didn't do that, but we'll get there. So that's that. Okay, add a little bit more concepts to your game. Don't just be like, "Go B," and then that's it. End of story. Okay, you need to go, because this is a flowy game. This is a game where a lot of unexpected shit's gonna happen. You think that B is the right call, but they've stacked it. It's like, oh fuck, we're gonna have to adjust. We're gonna have to do something else. We're gonna have to pull them off B if we want to go B, or we go A because it's free. So we're gonna have to start using our brain and be creative. I'm not saying that you're not, but we gotta think in multiple layers. You're thinking on maybe 1 or 2 layers. We gotta think on like 6, 7 layers. Sit back. You guys get mollied off. Just chill. Okay, you don't need to go in. Think, what do I need to do, or help my team do, or make my team do, for us to get on this site if we want to go here? Or is this too many? Maybe we should rotate. Guys, let's rotate. We start rotating. We hear and the guy mid's like, yo, they're all rotating A. They know you're rotating. Okay, we need to come back now because they think we're going A. We need to counter their thought as well, how they're thinking. So it's all about metagaming them, big braining them, being the bigger brain. Okay, being that type of guy. And I think you have potential to. It's just we gotta start thinking about these things more in depth and more critically. Round 5, him and Yoru start mid. Okay, 3A main. So it was a little bit of an A split. Okay, you guys had 3A main. You and Yoru mid. They walk up. This is a thick note. They walk up vents into heaven. So you guys come up here. Okay, there's one issue here. Can you identify what happened here?
Wasn't clear.
Nope. You guys made a step. I think it was you. Somebody just made a step. There's probably at the higher levels that's a problem. They're instantly identifying somebody's mid. They're gonna start playing accordingly. This guy's gonna come and look. Okay, so make sure if you guys are gonna do it silently, it's always silent. And one thing I'll say is just clear all your corners. Nobody cleared this box until you guys were over here because nobody's dead. But the higher levels, this is super common. So come wide here. Okay, and look. Come look male. Come here. Look at this off angle. Look here, come, and then start walking up. You need a protocol of any part of the map where you're gonna walk up. In terms of lurking, because this is somewhat of a lurk, because you guys are both lurking up. So you need a protocol of what you need to clear every single time when you're walking up. Come here, look here. Okay, got this half angle, this half angle. Come down. Okay, come down like this. Okay, okay, come up a little bit. Okay, you obviously look here first. Look here. Come back. Play it really slow. Okay. Well, okay, so that's that first mistake. You guys made a step. Whether it was you or him, doesn't matter. You guys made a step. Try not to make a step, okay? This is a little bit of efficiency and being more high level. So walks up into vents, into A heaven. There was no resistance. There was double smoked here for some reason. You guys start walking up. Great, love it. Kills the neon. So your teammate starts going in. You guys came up to here. You heard the guy walking off too. So you're like, oh fuck, there's one close. Kills the neon. Kill the neon right here, around here. Well, sorry, kills the neon heaven, comes down and kills the gecko. Screens. So you kill this guy. Boom. Start going down. You kill this gecko right here. You're like, boom, good kill. Love it. Really good kills actually. This round, you instantly deleted them. I would like it a little bit more instant. You were like burst headshotting them. You just gotta one tap his ass, okay, or a two-shot burst type shit. Cause that little like point, like that 0.3 millisecond, 0.2 milliseconds is actually a big difference too at the higher levels. You're giving him a chance to instantly one tap you and react. So kills gecko. Great job. Love it. You killed the cipher screen. Elbow right here. Boom. Good. Needs to clear the site better. He watches screens. So once you did this sequence, you kill this guy, you just came here and AFK'd. What if there's another guy on site? What if they're stacked to 5 on A? You don't know, right? Obviously your team
Yeah,
kind of did
I
that.
saw him on one of my mini map that was screens. That's why I was like a little bit cautious of it.
Right. But my point is that this site, not here, because you came here, kill him, good, cautious, good, kill the cipher, good job. But you need to come back and make sure. Okay, and let's speak generally because obviously your team came and did it for you. Because when he's on the site planning and not dead, you can just assume no one's there. But it's your job. Is my point. You need to be the guy where you kill this guy, and obviously you can rely on your team sometimes too, where they're doing it while you're killing them. Okay, whatever. Then you can go into the third section of the site, but you need to clear the first section, second section of the site. Okay, and this site is really unique, but on this map, I explained it where it's pretty much like here, okay, here, like maybe like this, okay, where I'm shooting this. Towards me, everything towards me is the first section. Okay, this might be a little second section, probably not though. It's still first section. There's also angles that they're gonna hold you from. That is a part of the first section. There's also angles they're gonna hold you from in the second section. Those come out angles, right here, over
Here.
there. That's part of the first section. Over
On my
here,
mark.
elbow. So first section is, I always refer to it as the fucked up angles. Angles where they're gonna easily kill you, where they're holding you or they're hiding in a corner like a crossfire. In most maps, there's always a crossfire. This map, even on B. But this site is super unique. Some sites are unique. Some maps are unique. But right here, right this corner, hell, you look here. That's more second section, but so what I shot from to me is you need to clear that first before you can go to the second section. So once we've cleared the first section, which is screens, a front like elbow peeking elbow side, like not in elbow, where they can peek you from. You know what I mean? Okay. Front here over to this main is all the first section, even heaven. Okay. Obviously in a perfect world, this is smoked. This is
Blocking
smoke,
sight.
but still,
Blocking
heaven
sight.
is a part of the angle, which but it's a part of the angle which they're gonna hold you, right? You know how many times have you peeked like this and you died from heaven? Probably a few, not a lot, but
You've been pretty cautious of playing that.
right. You know when you come out, you know, yeah, sure. Oh no, one thing I need to touch on is there's also parts of the map, parts of the site that lead up to the first section, like the ramp, right? You're gonna come look wide, okay? Then you're gonna come here, okay? Somebody's holding it, obviously, perfect world, we're with 5 people, okay? So we look there, and then one guy starts holding this, so you can go look here, okay? Come here, look, okay? There, okay? Once we've done that, and we've either killed them or there's no one there, we know it's clear, the first section. So then we start going to the second section, looking here, looking behind here, looking behind the screens,
Here.
okay, going elbow, clearing it. Once we've cleared, obviously perfect world, there's a
Blocking
smoke,
sight.
there's smoke.
Blocking
Remember that.
sight.
We're entering as a team, it's not by ourselves. Okay, they're holding while you're doing the first section, and then they're coming up with you, right? Because they need to come with you. They're not going to leave you alone. Or they're going to use some darts, dogs, flashes, whatever. That obviously helps clear first section too, where he just dogs hell. You don't even need to look there anymore until it goes off. You just start looking here, and then you start making your way towards the second section, right? So once we've cleared the first and second section, I can even explain on this side too. I've done this map a couple times now. In the beginning, I had a hard time kind of thinking what was the first second section, because it's not a site where there's just a big square and then that's the front site first section, this is second section, like you know, Lotus on A, Abyss on A, you know, even Abyss on B, or Haven on C, A. You know, it's super easy to section it off, but this site's a little bit more unique. So once we've cleared the first section and second section, okay, there's a third section. Okay, it's called spots, or okay, so the first section is the fucked up angles where they can hold you, stuff like that. Second section there's angles they can hold you from as well. But once we've cleared, and second section is spots near and or is back sight, as in, you know, elbow, back screens over here. Okay, once we've cleared the first and second section, we just know the side is clear. If you've done all that I just told you, look there, no one's there, you've killed them or whatever, you come here, you kill them, okay, you have elbow control, you know the side is clear, right? They can only be heaven or screens, okay? The third section is spots, areas leading into or is spawn, okay? Like, you know, I would consider this third section, even though it's a part of the section that leads into the first section, but still it's going into their spawn. So you can kind of think about that as well. But and you know, the third section, you have to understand, I'm not saying that you can never, or you should always go into here, but you have to understand that there's a risk in going here. Okay, there's a lot of risk in going to the third section, and a lot of the times these fights weigh a lot. They're super heavy, as in, if I come in here and kill 3, the chances of me winning the round are really high. If I come in here and feed, and it's a 5v5, and I don't kill anybody, the chances of me losing the round is higher. Maybe not high, but
High risk, high reward.
high risk, high reward. So you have to understand that the fights in spawn really make the round, in my opinion. I'm not saying that you come here, kill 3, and you always win the round. There are times I've done that. There's times I've seen that where this guy comes, kills 3 in spawn, and they still lose the round. You know, and the vice versa. As in, you come in here and die, doesn't mean you always lose the round, but still, it's gonna give the defenders momentum where they start flooding out because you've taken the space, they've taken it back. Okay, they just know there's no one really here, and they can start going flooding out. There's a little bit of, you've probably experienced that, like, little momentum in the rounds, right? Where one guy feeds and it's just fucked, like it just starts snowballing, right? Or you get one kill and it just starts snowballing on eco, just boom, 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 right? So there's a lot of momentum in this game, especially round, every round, not just the game in a whole, but in a round. So just keep that in mind, and I'm sure you've heard me say this, but just understand there's risk here. Okay, I'll give you one really brief example. I had a student. Okay, it was I can't remember. It was it was Pearl on A. Okay, just pretend this is Pearl on A. Okay, there's a big square here, arts there, flower, secret. Okay, and this is dugout. Okay, he literally did this. not with his knife up. He just starts running into secret, and I'm gonna ask you, what's wrong with that?
Oh, he didn't clear anything?
He didn't clear anything. He didn't clear jack all, and I asked him, like, what are you doing? Why are you just running into the spawn? And he died too. He just dies, feeds. I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I just wanted to throttle and go into the third section and be really aggressive. And I told him, I'm like, you know what? I respect that. Okay, most of my students, they're too scared to push spawn. They're too scared to lurk or be super hyper ape aggression into spawn and try to catch them with their pants down. I told him, I respect that. But you know what I said? I was like, you know what? But keep that throttle. And I'm not saying you can't throttle and ape down first and second section. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying keep that throttle to ape into their spawn, okay, in the back burner until whether you ran it down first section or second section, whatever, or you cleared it methodically and slow. Keep that in the back of your mind until you've cleared the first and second section, because like I told you, once you've cleared these in terms of taking the space of killing them or whatever, or you guys took it as a team, you know the site is safe. There's no more threats on the site. Yes, there can be heaven, ramp, screens, but keep that throttle. And once you've cleared the first and second section, I don't care if you run down with your knife. I don't care, okay, because you've done your job at that point. But I told him, I'm like, you need to address the situation. If it's 5v5, it's probably not a good idea. There's also risk. Okay, if it's a 5v2, obviously it's just it's okay to do it because you can throw bodies at them. But still, you need to
Yeah,
keep
a lot
that.
of times when I push into like the third level of the site, I
Yeah,
like as a teammate to like come with me, so like that way
right.
I just don't get traded off.
Right, right, exactly. That's a much safer way of doing it too. But there are times where you've got to go by yourself too, where it's a hectic round. You know, they're playing it safe, and you're solo. Obviously, it's best to have people. I agree. But you know, there are some times you're gonna have to take, especially in these lobbies, you're gonna have to take these rounds into your own hands, on your shoulders. You're gonna have to kill 3 every round. Okay, that's just how it is in this elo. People are just so brain dead. You have to hard carry. So I'm not saying solo run it down every time, or even at the higher levels they're going to do it with more people, but um, you know, I'm just trying to help explain that there's risk, and just keep that throttle, that aggression in the back of your mind until you've done your first checklist, 1 and 2. One section, second section. Okay, it's clear, guys. I'm gonna go. A lot of times they'll tell you, go, be safe, right? Or I'm gonna come with you, whatever it is. But don't just go to because you did it. This is a prime example on B, where you just dashed out. Your team's going, doing your job. You're coming out and you're just going up heaven, fighting into 3 people, right? Like it's just, it's like, bro, like keep that aggression. I like that you're willing to do that. That's a sign to me that shows that you're willing to be aggressive in spawn, because most 90% people are too scared. But that's good. But keep that in the back burner until you've done your job first. That's a bonus or optional route that you must do after you've done everything else. Okay, so keep that in mind. I'll explain that on B when we get there. But um, just keep this. Now I've explained this to you. Just keep that general concept in your mind. I need to clear the first section. Second, any map, any site, you tell me, it's the same thing. Yes, the layout might be a little different, but it's the same. Where first section is super fucked up angles are holding you and corners, and then second section is like areas and spots that are holding you from the second section, and corners and stuff that you need to clear, like near backside or is backside, depends on the map. But you have to understand this as a duelist. If you're like, you know, and this isn't a concept only for duelists, this is something you need to know as a player, because there's gonna be times when you're controller, initiator, sentinel, and you need to do it too, where your duelists are dead. It's a 3v3, okay, and you're gonna have to do that. But I specifically hard on my duelists, and I try to make sure they understand this, because that's your job. That's what you're supposed to do. You must do that. Okay, so let's move on quickly. So we'll get there when on B, and I'll explain it on B. Okay, so um, great kills on Gecko. Good. Yep. Just needs to clear the site better. He watches screen, so you killed them, and you're just AFK looking screens. Yes, I understand your team did it, but I just want you to be that guy to do that first. Or, you know, in this scenario you can't, but just for future reference, you're gonna have to do that. Okay, let's move on quick. He's asking his team, round 6. He's asking his team if they should do something. You're asking them. You're mid, and you're like, should we do this, guys? Okay. Remember what I told you. Kind of comes with being a leader, communication. You need to be him. Hey, where you're so good at this game, and I believe you can be, okay, and you think and understand this game in some depth, some, you know, really high level, where you are directing them. You are telling them, guys, let's go 3 mid, 2 B main, smoke vents off when we're going up. We're gonna split B. Let's go fast. If there's some resistance, or obviously in the mid round, you're gonna have to call. If you guys start going this, and there's 3 people here, you're gonna have to adjust. You're gonna have to rotate through A, or there's some utility being used. You're not gonna run it down. You're gonna tell them, wait, just wait this out, and then we'll go. Get ready. Whatever it is, it's situational, but you need to be him. Okay, you can't be asking your team what to do. That's a follower mindset. You gotta be a leader. Show them what to do. It's kind of like that Pookie thing, not by words, but also examples. Because once you do that, they'll start relying on you. You're gonna become reliable. They're gonna be like, oh, this guy's really good. Dude, this guy knows what he's talking about. This guy, this and that. So let's start being that type of guy, because that's what you need to be to start climbing. Okay. So asking his team what they should do, they start B main. I'm pretty sure a lot, most of you guys. He goes back market. Yeah, just like all of you guys, I remember. He goes, so you guys started B main. You went, round starts, you went back market for some reason, because there's a little, like, your teammate was, you're just going to the first contact for no reason. Okay, let your lurker handle it. Okay, you don't need to go and help him. He's got it, unless he dies and you want to come back, watch the flank, different story. But still, you're a duelist. Leave that to the sentinels, controllers, initiators. You need to go and get the site, or keep the space you took. So market, when he comes back to B, so he went to market, comes back to B main, dashes out. Okay, I would like him to dash with a smoke. He dry dashes, gets, he dies. I wrote something wrong. He dies to close left guy. Remember this round where you went like this, and then this guy killed you, the gecko, or whoever was sitting here. All you had to do was this, okay? And tell them, so they're ready, or they can use some utility, or ask for a piece of utility. Hey, can you flash me in? Okay, where this guy was like 100% dead a lot of the time. So what you need to do is throw your smoke here, dash, look here, get in your smoke, okay? Because it's so fast that this guy's gonna be here. You dash, oh, what the fuck, and he's gonna tunnel vision on you, even if he kills you. And also, you've looked there, so there's a question mark whether you saw him on your screen or not, or you're too busy looking at the map, whatever it is. That's a little bit of bad smoke, but
Blocking sight.
that sure, look there. Okay, question mark. Your teammate just knows where he is. Okay, let's say he kills you. They come out and kill him. Okay, let's say he can't kill you. You come out and help kill him, and then you start clearing the first section. Guys, it's clear. You start clearing the second section. Guys, it's clear. Oh, yeah, this happens when you're in the lobby too long. And then you start aggressing into the third section, which would be spawn and heaven there. But you don't do that until the first and second section is clear. That is your job. You must do this. You got to get a hang of using this protocol as a duelist, okay? Because that's your job. That's your role. You're disposable, okay? They obviously, players can pick up your role too, but that's really all you're for. It's a selfless role. I know it sounds crazy to think that, because most people have adopted the thought that, oh, I'm a duelist, I can just bait my team, just all I have to go is go in first and then start running into spawn. Okay, that's not true. You need to be selfless. Put your life on the line for your team, for it to be obviously they put their life on the line for you as well later on, or they throw some smokes down, stuff like that. But still, you have to think about it like that. Put your life on the line to clear these hard angles because you're going in first. The chances of you dying first is quite high. Okay, for your team, for it to be safe. Because a lot of the times, if you have good aim, good movement, good brain, good game sense, as in where the common corners are, where the off angles are, where they can like to play generally as a whole in this elo, you're gonna be alive a lot of times when you put these together. But the first step is understanding what our checklist is. So and I'm really trying to work the ground up for you. I know we're kind of going really in detail, but it's because you need to get it right. You need to understand it in full depth. Can't just be like, oh, this means to go in first. That's not what it means. There's so much to it. It's really complicated. Okay, you gotta be the first one in. Okay, and help make sure these is all clear. Obviously, when you come here and you die, they can just know they're there. They're gonna be ready to trade you, or at least try to attempt to trade you. So that's why I'm saying you're disposable. You need to go in first. And probably heard me say this. I'll say it really briefly. Think about an arrow. There's an arrow. There's feathers. There's an arrowhead. The feathers help it trajectory, speed, distance, whatever. The sticks put these together and also help go through the air and stuff like that. Okay. The point of attack. Sorry. The arrowhead is what goes into the body, into the wall, into the target. Okay. You are the arrowhead. You are the first one to pierce their defensive line, and go and try to go into their body, the line. You break that front and go in and start fucking shit up, right? Make the bleed, whatever it is, kill them. Okay, so that's how you have to think about it. You are not the stick or the feather. You are the arrowhead as a duelist. You must go in first. Not only that, but must hit your target, clear your stuff, kill them as well. Okay, so that's that. So uh, he goes back main. I would like him to dash for the smoke right here. Boom. Dry dash gets dies close left. He could clear this without dying or going so close. That's what I wrote. He could clear this angle and this angle without literally dying. You just go like this. Like that. Or in the smoke, you literally clear 2 angles with 1 dash, and your teammate can see the question marks. You've helped them do that. I learned this from Fluorescent. This is what she does really well. She does it every time she entries. She'll clear 2 to 3 angles with 1 dash. She doesn't just dash straight ahead. She looks right, left quickly, and then ends where her smoke is. And I've seen a lot of her clips. She does that. Her team just comes out and destroys them, because these guys, a lot of times, I'm sure you've done this, I've done this, where the jet dashes and they tunnel vision on this jet. They're like, he's in the smoke, he's in the smoke, and they go to try to kill this jet, but that time of her being in the smoke, they're dead, because they have to make a decision. Am I gonna let this jet stay in the smoke, or am I gonna hold here, wait for the teammates to come out? And a lot of times they don't pick the second option, they pick this option, and the teammates come out and kill her, especially at the higher levels. Okay, lower levels, yeah, this is probably the same thing. Higher levels, they might look here, because they know the timing on the smoke. Yo, she's in the smoke, kill these guys, and then come back to them. Okay, but at these levels, they don't do that. They're just gonna tunnel vision on you. So you're a little bit of a decoy, if you may will, as well as clearing things as well. So it's super high level. Okay, so that's that. We'll move on. Crazy, nothing crazy. First thing, smoke when you dash. Clear two to. I'm not saying you can always clear 3. Sometimes it's hard. You gotta be good with your mouse, but clear at least 2 minimum angles with your dash when you're going in. Okay, round 7. They start 3B main, and they trade out 2 for him. Oh, sorry, well, remember this round where you peeked and you died and they killed 2?
Oh yeah.
It
I
was
think
round,
that was like pretty early, right?
right, really early. Round starts, you went like this, you died, and they traded to kill 2 here. Okay,
Yeah.
this isn't a crazy round, but they start 3B main. They trade out 2 for him, as in a 2-for-1 trade for you. Okay, this is a more extreme advantage for you. Okay, because I tell all my students, okay, and I'm gonna ask you, what does a 1-for-1 trade? Who does it benefit? Who gets the advantage?
Attackers.
Attackers, right? You got it right. So can understand that, because the attackers are always in a pack. They're always in 4s, 3s, 5s, and the sites are always, the defenders, sorry, are always spread thin. Obviously, they have to rotate to become a pack, but usually when you hit a site with least resistance, it's always going to be like a 5v2, right? 5v3 at max if they're playing 3 on a site. But you can see why it gains the advantage for the attackers, because it thins them out even more. So keep that in mind. And you got it right. So I'm glad you have really good potential of
Yeah,
understanding this.
I also learned that it's also attackers because they have like potential to get the bomb down, and having the bomb down like counts as almost having like a man up or like half a man up.
Yeah, in a way, because it's in a. All you have to do is play the ejective. You don't need to kill the defenders. You just have to have the bomb explode, right? So if you're up, you win. That's pretty much it. But
Yeah.
yeah, so that's that. Is an advantage to the attacker. So when you kill 2, it's an extreme advantage. It's double, maybe even more than double, because they don't really stack B too much. Well, let's say they do stack B, and there's 3, and you kill 2. This one guy, and you guys traded 1 guy, so that's a 4v1 on site, right? So this is what I wrote. Trade out 2 for him, 2 for 1. He needs to tell his team to execute right now. You need a sense of urgency once you've understand this information. We kill 2. If it's stacked, there's 3. There's 1. Guys, it's a 4v1. Go right now. You need to tell them execute, even though you're dead. You need to be that guy so aware, so good at this game in terms of thinking, being like, it's free. Go right now. Okay, there's obviously times there's 5, even though you kill 2, but those are really rare. Less than 5% that happens. Okay, or maybe around 10%. 1 out of 10 times that happens. Okay, at the okay, maybe at the higher levels, maybe it happens a little bit more, like 20%, but still, okay, you need to be him. Tell them it, and obviously when you're up, let's say if you're up, not only tell them, show them why. Start running it in and start doing your protocol and taking the site for it to be safe for them. Okay, if you're dead, still explain to them, guys, it's free. Go, 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 go. Okay, I explained this to Trilly, and he's starting to understand it, and it's making him such a good player. I don't have to tell him anymore, and he's just doing it. And he's taking, and he's got good aim, so he's just killing the one guy, and he's like, guys, let's go. He's taking the site with his team, and he's just winning these rounds all the time now, which I'm really proud of him for picking up. So you gotta identify this. Okay, that's it for this round. Nothing crazy. Round 8. At this point, he needs to understand that the cipher is pretty much always B. Okay, or that is a heavy cipher site. As in, you gotta understand this map is a quite sentinels heavy site on B. Okay, at the higher levels they'll put sentinels on A solo, and then they'll 3 stack B. But that's a different story. You're in Plat, so they don't really do that. Okay, they do what's easy and what's general. So you need to identify that. Yo, the cipher is pretty much playing, 4 out of 6 times on B. Okay, he's generally on B. Okay, sometimes he did go off, but still. So do that. Needs to add a updraft to dash to not get hit by drift. So once you've identified it, you know where trips are. They can only be here. Connected to here on the trash can down low, and this one down low here, on the wall as well, down low or in the middle. All you have to do is just go like, maybe this one's a little bit better example, but like that, right? A little quick where you cannot get hit. Don't do it early. You gotta do it right away. Right here, like that. Okay. A little bit better of a timing, but you gotta practice. It's a little bit of practice. Okay.
Sometimes I like to do it like on top of the box.
This one?
That's on the left. No,
This one?
on you.
This
no,
one?
On the, no, like backside one.
Back
Yeah,
side.
that one. That one.
This one? This one?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, like
yeah.
going on top of there. Okay, I thought you meant jump from the button. Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. It's just, I'm just saying this, like, once you've identified, let's notice just once you've identified the cipher is obviously here, you're gonna have to add an updraft, because you just went like this. You didn't even try to go close to see if there was a trip. You just dashed from here and got caught, and he instantly deleted you, right? So, I probably would like you to come up close if you can. Obviously, your teammates are holding this for you, and be like, okay, there's a trip here, shoot it, and then dash out if you're gonna do it like that. Let's say you don't have an updraft. Okay, you're gonna have to find this trip. Okay, if you cannot, okay, or you have identified it, whatever, you gotta just add an updraft to this dash, because cipher's here. If you just dash through, you're gonna die. So, or ask for a piece of utility where it will catch the trip and you can figure out where it is. And I'll tell you right now, on this
I
site,
did that with the.
yeah.
I asked for the York clan.
Yeah, good, exactly. Then you know exactly where it is, and you can dash out behind it, because there's a timing where it has to re-trigger. You cannot
Yeah,
get
the delay.
exactly. And I'll tell you right now, I'm a cipher main. I play this side a lot. Okay, the trips are really here. There's one that comes down like this, or like they can go sideways. This one as well, where it comes across like this as well, and or they can only put it here. And then a lot of the times they'll put a trip here, right here to the stairs. So that's it. That's all you have to do. So once you, and it's a little bit like understanding the agents in depth. Once you play agents and play them well, you can understand what they set up, and it opens up your brain and understanding this game more, because you can just know if you played Cypher, oh, it can only be here, here, or here. That's it. And if it's not on this, you can just updraft dash across these trips. It's super easy. Or even walk out. Sometimes if they put a funky trip where it's not covering the walkout, like they'll put a really weird one. Like that's what I do, because I just know they'll just come this way. They're not gonna come this way a lot of times, but yeah. So you gotta come up close and then entry. Okay, you're entering from here, especially when there's a cipher. If there's not a cipher, I don't mind it. But if there's a cipher, you gotta be vigilant. You gotta make sure you guys have gotten rid of the trips, or you know where they are. It's a little bit about using our brains at a higher level. Okay, don't just entry in. Okay, nothing crazy there. Round 9, they start 4A. He sees Brim smokes plus Neon Sun. So this is that round we were talking about. He needs to slow it down and wait. Okay, wait the smokes, as in wait out the smokes. You're just running in. He goes up ramp back, so you went up here while it was small, and you kind of up, nothing there. You came back, and then updraft dashes into heaven without him saying anything. You just said absolutely nothing. You never said, I'm going in, throw a utility here for me, throw a flash for me, throw a star, dog, whatever it is. You gotta tell them at least, right? It kind of comes into our communication as well, our synergy with our team. Can't just go, can't expect your teammates to do something for you when you just do this type of play. I'm not saying that you do it all the time, but still, okay. It's like the same thing. Like if you were in their shoes, how could you help them? Imagine if you started tilting on you. You'd be like, you didn't even tell me you're going in, right? So you gotta think about it in the opposite as well. Help them get ready to help you in order for you to help them get on site. That's how you think about it, okay? Because your role is to scale, entry and scale, for them. And they have to help you do that by putting smokes down, darting, flashes, dogging. Okay, so tell them, guys, come up here, guys. Get ready. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna dash in. Get ready, guys. So that way they're mentally at least ready. At least, okay. Obviously, this is Plat. They might not be having comms on or whatever, but still, at the higher levels, if you do this, this is a grief. They're gonna be like, "What the? Can you stop fucking dashing in by yourself?" You're gonna hear that a lot. Can you just play with the team, bro? Like, what are you doing? Okay, they're gonna say that a lot to you. So don't just come up ramp, come back down, and be like, like. Tell them, bro. I'm going in, guys. Get ready. Come, follow me. Run in. Whatever it is. If they have no utility, I'm going in, guys. Get ready. Okay, going in right now. Okay, then whatever. Do your thing. Okay, but you understand? Like it's a communication issue, and also a little bit of a no patience thing. Okay, wait out the smokes. Let them come near you. Okay, they gotta match your movement. You can't be 20 feet in front of them. You guys gotta be together, so they can at least when you die, they can trade you. You gotta think about it like that, so they can trade you. Okay. Um, so updraft dashes into heaven without him saying anything. Kills the neon, but gets traded. So you came up here and you killed the neon right here. Remember that? Boom. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm
And
gonna
then
ask you.
Jet was roped.
Right. Yeah. So I wrote that as well. So let me just read this. He kills the neon, but gets traded. He sees Jet as well. Needs to tell him what he sees and feeds information. Okay.
I remember saying Jet was roped.
From what I recall, I could be wrong. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I could be wrong, but I don't remember you saying really anything after you died. You just watched them play after. I could be wrong. There's the VOD for that. So anything I get wrong, let me know. But from what I remember, maybe you did say it and it was really quiet. But still, from what I remember, I don't remember you
Yeah,
saying
probably.
anything. I don't.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I said it, but I was
Okay,
probably
okay.
quiet.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, but still, just for future reference, you need to tell them, guys, one more heaven out loud with your chest. Okay, don't shy away from this stuff. This is really important because then they can play accordingly. They can come back up here and try to kill him. They can take the site fast, smoke this, hold heaven, and then work on the brim on site because the brim was on site. Okay, but you know, and also you can use this information to your advantage as well as in. Guys, there's two here. There's two here. There's probably rotating A. Rotate off. Rotate off. Let's say they're really far off. Whatever. You went by yourself. Whatever. You can tell them to leave as well because right? And I'm gonna ask you the questions. Super easy because I'm just to see where you're at. If the brim smokes, neon shoots a stun. You kill the neon, and that you see the jet. How many were or is there? Let's say you didn't even kill the neon. You went up ramps. Let's say you went up ramp and saw the jet. How many are on A?
Brim Neon Jet, so 3.
Exactly, 3. So then you have the information to cipher. Guys, get the fuck out of here. There's 3. Why are we taking a 5v3 when we can take a 5v2, a 5v1 on B? Or go through mid and start creating chaos where we're splitting them down the middle. There's 3 stuck on it and they're really hesitant to start coming down because we just ran down here, killed the one guy, and start splitting down speed through spawn and tower, and they're gonna be really hesitant. They're gonna be very cautious. Maybe in this elo they might just run it down still even though you're there to feed, but at the higher levels they're gonna be like, oh fuck, it causes a little bit of chaos where they're like, oh fuck, this can be a threat anywhere, I can die at any moment. There's a little fear aspect, a little mental game where you're throwing them off. They're not gonna be happy running down when you guys have taken all of mid into tower, killed one guy and taken site. Okay, they're gonna be super fucking scared. So you're gonna have to kind of use that to your advantage as well. Let's say it was a specific example. You went up here, dash, kill this guy, you die here, and then it's a 4v4. You're gonna have to make a decision off this information. Guys, brim on site, go kill him, trade him, one heaven, smoke him, watch heaven, or you tell him, yo guys, they're probably rotating A. She was warning to us. I heard one more spawn, whatever it is, situational. Rotate, 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 rotate. Okay, so keep that in mind. It's a little bit about not just not communicating the information, but also like using that information to making a plan mid round to helping at a higher chance to help your team succeed at that round. Okay, win that round. Okay, get creative, get it wrong, stuff like that. Okay, but you gotta get to a point where it's 80, 90%, 80 to 70% right at the time, most of the time. Okay, more than not. So that's that. Nothing crazy. A little common communication issue there. Playing by yourself. Round 10. They start B. Main Gecko ults. B main, sorry. Gecko ults out. Doesn't shoot the ult and starts running away. Teammates go in and dies. This is that round I was talking about. He just goes in and after dies as well. He needs to identify a rotation and that the team enemy team is just AFK running to first contact. AFK running as in, you know, there's fast rotate. Every time you guys went somewhere, and I'm gonna ask you, why do you think every time you guys selected a site, it was almost stacked all the time? It was like 3.
Probably got like stalled by smoke and then gave him time to
Nope,
rotate.
nope. Try to answer. There is a right answer, but just try to think about it deeply. Why is the enemy team just running to wherever you guys start every single time?
We rarely rotate.
Right. You guys just wherever you guys start, you guys go, and that's it. That's the end of story. They just know to fast rotate, take space through mid, whatever it is. Okay, at the higher levels, you guys are gonna get crunched, as in pinned into a corner, because they can identify it in 2 3 rounds. It won't take them 10 rounds to identify that. Okay, it's gonna be 2 rounds, 3 rounds. They're like, yo, these guys just fucking run it down. Okay, and then they start immediately to taking space together, and then they'll leave the sentinel here or wherever the site is and start pinching you guys, and you guys are gonna die from behind a lot, or they're just gonna hold you and keep you guys trapped. Okay, it really depends on the situation, but still. Okay, so keep that in mind. Right, so uh, you gotta understand how not only the enemy and individually they're playing, you have to understand also how you guys are playing, because that sets them up. Then you can adjust accordingly. Let's say we've heavy default and they're just staying around because we're just staying around, like as they're 1 2 1 1 here, and they're just sitting, so like 1 or 2 on the side, one on one section, stuff like that. Then you can just adjust. Yo, they're just heavy defaulting on defense, guys. They're just sitting on site, anchoring a mid and everywhere. They're sitting around. They're not moving. Let's do a 5-man rush. It's gonna be a 5v1, 5v2, right? So you can start using this to adjust. But when in your case, guys, we're running it B 6 times already. They're just fast rotating to us. Let's run a fake. Guys, can we get 2 here? Sova
Here.
drone out, whatever, Teo drone out. We're gonna have 3 guys sit outside A main, 1 mid holding them. Okay, and then we're gonna fake, or let's say there isn't even like 2 guys holding here with the bomb. Okay, we're gonna fake B and A. 1 guy's holding mid for the mid lurks. He's gonna be suicide. 2 guys here, Jet, Sova. Okay, you guys are gonna kind of fake it. So Sova's gonna drone for you. You're gonna smoke, fake dash, kind of come back. Okay, make noise, start shooting around. Give us time to walk up. You tell, and then you'll be like, okay, I'll tell you when to walk up. Okay, start walking up now, guys. Okay, they're coming. I hear a lot. Utils being thrown. Molly, a Sage slow, Neon stun. Okay, that's 3 people already. Tell them, guys, start walking up, making lots of noise for you. Lots of noise. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, and then mid guys, start working mid, come mid late, whatever, sit mid if you want. It's all situational. It's all about being creative. Okay, now they start going, guys, and they tell you site's free, we have it, guys, we're clearing. You come back, then they start rotating. This mid guy can make a play, stuff like that. Okay, so that's why it's important to not only know how the enemy plays but how you play, so you can you've conditioned them for the future, right? So that's really important. Okay, that's a high level, and that's how I play. Okay, I don't know if you were on my team in the 10 mans, but some of the students I coached after the 10 mans, I tell them, like, you've played with me, like Evan, Pookie, these guys. I tell them, like, you saw me play, and I ask them, like, did you see me account for every piece of space, everything on the map? They're like, yeah. And I'm like, that's how you
No,
have to. Did you play with me?
I didn't play with you.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. So yeah, but I'm just trying to explain it there because they play with me a couple games, like 2 3 times. So and I never lost. Yesterday I actually took my first losses, but before that I was 5-0. I never lost, and they play with me. So, and Pookie probably played the most with me. He probably played like 3 or 4 times with me on my team, but he could understand that. He's like, yeah, you're right. Like, and I told him, like, that's how you have to play. You have to account for everything. You can't just be a 1 layer thinker. You gotta think what is open, what has been open for too long. If you guys are main, so you gotta tell somebody, even though you're duelist, you gotta be that guy. Be like, go pick up mid. They can walk down. Can you go clear market real quick, or go up mid late? Okay, you gotta be there on defense. Okay, we hear a lot B. They start rotating. Don't leave, don't leave. Yo, they're not in. They're not in. I got it. Watch mid. Watch mid. Stay A. Anchor A. You gotta be that guy to account for all the space. That way, there's no timing where they can fuck you guys up. Okay, you gotta be that type of player. Okay, and I do believe you have that potential. It's just you gotta start thinking. You got first is understanding how to think, like seeing this first, be like, oh fuck, I've never thought about that like that, and then it's applying it. Obviously, you're gonna get it wrong. It's not gonna get it right in the beginning, and then working upon that skill. As in, you make mistakes. Oh fuck, I walked down here, I died from this corner. I gotta clear this corner next time. I walk down here, clear this, nothing there, and I walk through this here and died here. Okay, I gotta clear both now, and it just starts getting added on, and you add this little bit of like finesse swagger to your game, because you've experienced this. You've built upon these mistakes. You know what the hell has happened before, so you're never gonna let it happen again. Okay, so that's that. Where were we? So he needs to identify a rotation. Here, you need to identify a rotation. Get the fuck out of here, guys. The risk of us going in here is too high, and or they've already or are rotating to B already. You gotta know how they move. Okay, especially in your elo. That's how you become a better player. You're gonna understand the tendencies, patterns of the individuals, and also the overall team. I'll briefly talk about this. Is you've probably experienced a team where, um, and they're all randoms, right? Or you guys rank, so most of them are randoms most of the time. Obviously, there's parties, but you probably experienced this where there's a team that loves to just run it down, right? You're on defense, they just run it down on you. They just run it A, B, like you guys did. Just pick A, they go A, run it down. They go B, they just run it down. And there's probably been teams where they play super, super fucking dizzy. Like they start B, make a bunch of noise, cut. They go mid, make a, they end. They go A, make a bunch, and they come back A, B, and you guys are just running around like, what the fuck is going on, right? I'm sure you've experienced that, right? So, you gotta identify how they're playing as a whole and use these concepts to or strategies to um, you know counteract that and adjust. Okay, and at the higher levels, once they do one play style, they don't stick to that for the rest of the game. They will adjust in real time. Okay, we're running it down now. They're fast rotating. Okay, now we're gonna start defaulting, guys, or we're gonna run a fake. Okay, now they've adjusted to the fakes. They were anchoring again. Now let's start rushing again. Stuff like that. Or let's run a hit, re-hit. They're gonna adjust. It's a push and pull. The attackers do something, defenders react and adjust, then the attackers need to readjust to what they've readjusted, and it keeps going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth with all the information that's been gathered throughout the rounds. Okay, so you got to keep that in mind. That's how you become a really, really good player. And I know this is a lot for you to take in right now. Most of my students at this point, they're like, yo, this information is just too much. It's too much. I'm gonna rewatch the VOD, but that's how I have to open up your mind first and show you that this game is not about having a gun and running it down. Okay, it's bigger and much more complex than that. Okay, so round 11, they start A and the enemy fights for it. So at this point, we have to realize, we got to know how they think. They know that you guys have been just hitting a site AFK. You guys went B a lot at this point. You guys rarely went A. You guys went B. Even though they were stacked, you guys won the round, because obviously they're terrible. You should never win those rounds, because the advantage is to the defender in this site, because the choke point is so small. They can just stare at you, all five coming out, stuff like that. But still, they've identified you guys keep going B and rushing it down. You guys ended up losing that one round on round 10, and round 11. This is how I'm thinking they thought. They're probably like, they're not going B anymore, boys. They're gonna go A. It's too predictable, right? So you guys ended up going A, and they fought for it. There was four here, throwing their utility flat. You guys all died, and it became a 4v2 because they made the right prediction and executed well. It's one thing to have the thought process, but it's another to execute it. Okay, keep that in mind. So they also had the thought process, a good thought process, and they executed well. So you guys got destroyed. They start A, enemy fights for it. He needs to add more default and other concepts into his playbook. It's like a playbook that you need to understand. It's always hit site and go in or rotate when everyone's dead. You guys started on this round specifically. You guys started rotating when everyone was dead. You guys should have tried to. Obviously, this is Plat, but I'm setting up for higher levels where you're gonna be in positions where, okay, you guys know it's stacked. Like you guys get flashed. Oh fuck! Everyone starts backing up, playing really safe, and there's a time where you have to identify, guys, they're fighting for it, means there's minimum 3. We need to get the fuck out. And you guys start rotating, okay, stuff like that, whatever, or silently walking off. A couple guys keep making noise, throwing some utility. You know, you get up to ram, okay, you cleared it, make noise, and then you let them walk off, and then you go, stuff like that. You're not gonna all start 5 running off, because then I'm gonna ask you. Let's say you 5 come here, they fought for it. You guys they hear 5 people running off. What are they gonna say?
They're rotating?
They're rotating. They're not going to stay here anymore. They're going to start running and beating you to the point. And then there are times where you do that, and then you're going to have to be like, re-hit, re-hit, re-hit. They think we're going to be it. And you guys silently come back. And then the A is free a lot of times. I've experienced that quite a bit too. But it's a little bit of flowy in the game, in the moment stuff where you need to know how they're thinking. Oh fuck! They heard all of us rotating. I don't think this is gonna. It's a intuition as well. You can feel that they're gonna be there before you guys could be. You just have to come back. Whatever it is, it's really situational. But that's that. Nothing crazy on this round, but still, add a little more concepts to your playbook. Okay, there's 100 concepts like some other games like Dota, okay, or League or Counter Strike. Okay, there's or Counter Strike's probably less, but bro, there's like 12 concepts, maybe 15 max. Okay, there's re-hitting. Okay, and obviously these are the baseline, so then you can be creative and add all other concepts and make it really creative. And that's what pros do. These concepts are a baseline, and they make it more advanced. But there's re-hitting, contacting, defaulting, okay, fakes, inserting lurks. Like there's not much stuff. Like double fakes, double re-hit. Like there isn't too much stuff. So once you get a grasp of this basic concepts, then you can start making them advanced, adding more stuff. Okay, I'll give you an example. We start A. Okay. We want to go, and I'm like, yo, fake A, go B. So I set up one here, and we're 3A. Make a bunch of fucking noise, right? Boom, 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 and then I've identified that maybe that rotating here isn't the best thing because it's too predictable. So I'm like, yo, so we make noise, boom, 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 made a bunch of noise. We show that there were 3, and then we cut noise, and I tell these guys, I'm like, guys, make noise. The solo lurker will literally, throw a piece of utility lurk, start shooting mid, and I'm like, be main guy, start shooting about 5 seconds. 5 seconds later, 10 seconds later, he starts making noise by himself or he solo drones. You don't know how many rounds I've won like this where we are here sitting and we just hear do 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 do. These guys are running off to B because it looks like we've started A and we've rotated because of this noise, because that shows that we're in rotation when we make noise here, or we've already gotten there and ready to take, and they just run off and we just walk up and like, just wait, just keep making noise, keep making noise, keep making noise, and then I'm like, ready, and then we just explode out. And you don't know how many times the site is just completely free because they're all in rotation off that one place. It's all about getting creative too and understanding, it's all situational. Can't be too specific on how it went, but still, you don't know how many rounds I win like that because I just add a little bit of a swagger in this call, a little bit of a bigger brain movement. Guys, make noise, like we're mid. They start making all this fucking noise and we just take A for free. Okay, so it's about being creative and getting it wrong so you can learn and getting better at making calls. Okay, the next thing is round 12. Okay, this last round on attack. We're almost done. We have about 5 more rounds, so we're almost done. Round 12, he gets a nice one tap B main on tight angle. Great shot. I really like this shot.
That was the one where I was crouched, right?
Yep, I really like this. Good job by you. Really like this kill. You went pew. You just went pew, and you fucking deleted his ass. Okay, I want to see this more and more every single time you take a fight. Okay, and you have that potential. That's why I'm being hard on you to make sure that it's like that every time. Okay, don't just swing out and you're like, okay, like that, or you couldn't kill him and you just start re-peeking 4 times. Like you're like, okay, you're gonna die at the higher levels. Okay, I think you have potential to climb higher, but just make sure you're deleting people. That's key. Once you have it, good, because most of my students don't. They don't have that ability to instantly delete people like that. So because they don't, their aim, they only focus on their aim, but they still don't refine it to that level. So you have that. Great job. Okay, sorry, where were we? He gets a nice one tap B main, tight angle. They get on site 5v3. So also, we can add into that another layer of thinking. You kill this guy, you gotta be like, guys, let's go. We killed one guy on site, less resistance. Okay, 2 maximum. It's a 5v2. Okay, they also killed somebody mid, if I'm not mistaken. It'll be in the VOD. That doesn't really matter. So I wrote, they get on site 5v3. He's just AFK pushing into that round. He just AFK. You guys got on site 5v3. Okay, you did not go clear this first section, second section. You just went this way. Just started monkey aggressioning into third section. Okay, he's just AFK pushing into heaven. He's hasn't cleared anything. His first instinct is to look for fights, as in you want to just go get your KD up. You want to go test your aim. Okay, that's not how this game is played. You gotta play smart. And I'm gonna tell you right now. I probably heard me say this. Okay, don't play for your KD. Don't play for yourself. Okay, play for the win. Clear the site. Make sure it's safe for your team to set up. They set up. Okay, you come up here. Okay, clear here. Look here. Look rafters. Look here. Okay, sit back. They start planting the bomb. You look new box. Nothing there. Nothing hell. Smoke. Perfect world. Okay. Then you can start going it. But you can just even play smarter. Yo, guys, I have spawn. Can somebody watch my heaven? Okay, just peek off me, guy over here, whatever. Just peek off me, guys. Play off me. If I die, peek. Okay, that's really what that means. Okay, I take first contact, so you can sit. I'm not saying that you can't take risk in a 5v3, but if you want to play super safe, where you're like, okay, let me just stay up because staying up is really important. Then you play super safe. Go on top of ref or whatever. Sit up here. Be like, yo, play up me. Can you watch my spawn? Guy backside. Watch my spawn come out. I got heaven. And there's
Here.
one guy, New Box guy. Get ready to swing up me if I die. Whatever it is. But you can do a pull left or up things. But still, um, going, and this is like that example I told you where like my student just goes to third section, knife out. Okay, you did that. You just went like this. You know, whatever. You dashed out. Whatever. Start going like this. The team is doing your job. They're doing the heavy lifting. They're going to clear this and then planning. You're just going like this. You may have looked at one time, but you're like, there's 3 there. You just come back down, right? Why not just clear the site and then it makes your pathing efficient where you've cleared first, second section. Now you can just go into spawn behind, wrap them, kill 3 or kill 2 and spawn. So just keep that in mind. Okay, don't just run into heaven for like what. Like I'm quite curious to know what your thought process is. I'm not gonna ask you, but like, why are we going up the ropes? Like, sorry.
I just wanted to like get up there fast because I feel like I could get like a timing.
Sure.
And then,
I can
like,
respect that
rotate.
thought process, but still, you can do that through spawn. Okay, because we have to understand that this is a hot. Remember, I told you it's a high risk, high resistance area. This site, this part, not so much when you've killed people on site. Why? Because the guys that usually play on site and back up into spawn, you've killed him. He's the site guy that came and peeked out. That's what you have to understand. Where who you kill is where they're gonna or where they're playing. You have to understand that as well. So, and this area is where they usually rotate into. They come spawn first thing they come towards is stairs. Unless it's higher level where they identified where the site guy is dead, he needs to go pick up spawn. That's a higher way of thinking. But most of the time, most generally, they come through like this, right? I'm trying to ping, or you can't see my crosshair. I know you can't see my crosshair, but I'm trying to ping.
Yeah, I can kind of see it.
They come through like that, like and through stairs to come to heaven, and then they might come back spawn because they know that spawn is a hard area to retake, so to come to heaven first. So gotta keep that in mind. And I can respect that. You want to get a timing on that, but address the situation. Listen, play a little patiently. Oh, I don't hear anything. Then go. But from what I heard, there's a lot at heaven. So, and I would like you to go through spawn first, and I'm gonna ask you this: how many retaking angles are there on defense on this site? Minus flank. Flanking is not a retaking angle. Retaking point. Sorry.
2.
2. That's it. Heaven, spawn, and we control spawn, which is the easier one to control. Okay, because we killed the site guy, the guy that comes back and plays here for the retake, or he was site. He heard you come back here. Oh, there's too many. His teammates telling retake. He's coming here. That's that guy. You killed him. You have to identify that. So when you hold half 50% of where they can come from, where can and I know these questions are simple, but it's to open up your mind. If we have control here, where can your teammate look at them from now? Where do they have to stare?
Wait, repeat that.
So if we have 50% of where they can come from, right? Because you said 2. This is 50%. This is a half. Okay. If we controlling half of where they can retake the retaking points. Okay, where can our teammates now look? Where do they only have to look? Super simple. Heaven. That's it. You got it. You're a smart guy. Okay, so that's it. Okay, and I know the questions are simple. It's just because to open up your minds to think basically, like on a basic level, but it's so that you can understand more in depth. Okay, if I have 50% of where they can come from and I'm not dead here, they only 4 of them can just stare here on a smoke. Okay, obviously one guy has to go pick up flank, but I don't consider this a retaking angle because he's alone. Retaking is a team effort, so is an entering thing as well. I don't consider the lurker entering with his team when there's 4 of them go through B. He's not entering with them. He's by him. He's lurking. So this is a flank thing as well. Defense is more of a flank. Maybe you can say solo, but lurking. But lurking is an attacking concept. But flanking is more of a defensive concept. But yeah, so yeah, when we control 50% here, they just can just AFK brain dead with their knives or whatever, stare have whatever it is. But until you die here, obviously, then they have to address that there's threats coming. But yeah, that's that. Okay. Just let's not go to the third section for no reason. And I'll briefly touch on this. So this map, when you come in first section, the angles that they hold you from first section are obviously right here, right here, right here, right here. Obviously, perfect world. Your team's holding that for you. You come here, and this site is a little bit better to explain because these are just fucked up angles. There's always people here with some guy heaven or here hell holding with him, or maybe even close at the higher levels. Because at the higher levels, crossfires aren't like this because one guy can die. Okay, crossfires at the higher levels are like this, where they can help swing this guy dying, whatever it is. So, yeah. So you're gonna come here, look, look here, look here, look here, look here. Okay, perfect world. They're holding it for you. You come here. Oh, nothing here. Okay, then you're gonna start coming out as a team. Okay, perfect world. This is smoke. Spawn is smoke, right? You clear. You look at the So let me just section this off. So, first section would be like heaven, 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 and not behind new box, but heaven, like that. That's the first section. So these.
I thought heaven was third.
No, no, no. It is first, but I'm saying the angles where they can hold you from. Not where they are like physically, but where they
No,
can
like scaling.
where they can see you come in. I call them the entry angles or the come out angles where they can hold you from, right? Like here, they can hold you from there, from here.
The fucked up angles.
Right, the fucked up angles that they can hold you from. There are also fucked up angles where they sit, like here. But that's why it's so complicated when I explain it, because there's so much to it. There's people where they sit here, sit here, sit here. But you know, right? Like, you know, most of the time when they play B, it's like soft on B, not main, they're here, right? They're trying to jiggle it or trying to sit here and see you guys coming out, sit there, or you know, sit new box coming out, holding you like that. Yes, it's a part of the second section. I would consider this part of the second section, but they're holding you from the second section. Or sorry, for this one is first section, and hell as well, right? So let's say it's smoked, okay? So you do that, you come out as a team. It's smoked. You guys would all look this way to make sure it's clear. Then one guy, probably you, the duelist, would come clear. This I would consider second section because it's, you probably heard it all the time where they say backside, backside. So this is like a backside, area. So if we're looking on this POV, anything behind this, okay, from here behind towards me, anything from here behind me, like hell, this is second section as well, but it's more of an angle. It's not like a part where they can talk too much where they're out in the open. So it's more of an angle that they can hold from. Maybe this part is more of an angle, but yeah. So here, anything from where I just shot from that point to me where I am in toward up until this point, and even here, and then the third section, which is heaven, that is second section. So we did our protocol. We looked here, look here, smoke, perfect world. We looked here into the second section angle. Okay, we looked into this angle. Okay, we come here, nothing rafters. Come here. Okay, it's clear. And then we come here, clear new box. Okay, and then we know the site is clear, right? We just know once we've done that protocol, we dissect the site like that. Whether it's clear or nobody's there or we've killed them there. Okay, if you kill them there, it's even better. Okay, because that means less people. But if it's unknown, I explain it where it's unknown, because you still have to do that if there's no one there, or if it's not clear, or you guys know it's not there. You gotta make sure 100% it's clear. So you do that, right? It's clear. Then go to the third section. Okay, I don't care if you do it with your knife out, run into 3 people. I don't give a fuck. But make sure the first and second section is clear every single time. And there's gonna be times you have 2 duelists. It's a shared responsibility. It's not always on your shoulders. Sometimes you want to lurk mid and he does it. Sometimes he lurks mid, you do it. Or you guys both take the site. He goes left, you go right. But you guys are still doing it as a team. Okay, so keep that in mind. And there's going to be times where you can trust your teammate to go scale that or clear that side. You come here and then play the aggressive line, and then they do it for you too. Okay, there are times. I'm not saying that you should always 100% always do it. Okay, there's times where you want to make a play. They're going to have to do it for you too. But still, make sure that you guys are on the same page. Tell them that. Can you guys go clear backside? I'm gonna go make a play on under heaven or up in heaven. Okay, they're like, go. I got you. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, so let's move on. So I wrote, he's just AFK pushing into heaven. He hasn't cleared anything. First instinct is to look for a fight. We don't need to look for a fight when we're taking the site. Let's just play smart. Get the objective down. 45 seconds for the bomb to explode. 7 seconds to defuse. We only need to burn 30. You can sit in a corner AFK for 38 seconds and win the round. You don't need to kill anybody. Okay, you're on the attacking side, so keep that in mind. Next thing is round 13. We're on defense. We're almost done. Sorry, I'm yapping a little bit, but I think it's important for you to understand this site specifically as well. He starts B. They stack on A. Okay, starts rotating because his teammates are fighting. He's not asking anything or confirming are they coming in. You're not asking them, hey guys, what's going on? At least minimum. What's going on? How many see? How many are here? Okay, you're just going through the motions of playing by yourself. Oh, there's nothing there. So confirming are they coming in. Would like him to even clear and take space mid. He gets to A heaven and just AFK wide swings into ramp. So you ended up coming to spawn. You'll see it in the VOD, and you know there's multiple people resistance off your teammate fighting them, and you should know that without them communicating, but you just went like this and died. Okay, that's a big problem. Okay, and that's why it kind of stems into communication. Ask them what the hell is going on, not just for themselves, but for you guys. How many? What's going on? What's going on? And they'll a lot of times respond two ramp, two main. Look, they're throwing their smokes. Yo, they're coming in. They're flashing in. Yo, they're in. They're in. And then you start rotating, right? Also, I would like you to, in those moments where, let's say you do know by yourself that there's multiple A, clear, be vigilant, make sure there wasn't a timing on you. Okay, look. Okay, and take the space. Okay, you look. You constantly look around. You don't just tunnel vision on one angle. You gotta keep looking, and then look because. Remember that round you walked down here and hesitated and the brim killed you in an op from behind? Like, that's what happens. You gotta,
Yeah.
even when you're walking down here, you think it's free. You gotta look behind you until you're on an angle where he cannot see you anymore. And then come down and don't hesitate. I think a main reason why you died is because you hesitated. You just sat there for 3 seconds because you went forward halfway. You're like, oh, they heard me, they heard me. And then you just sat here and then he just killed you from behind because he saw you. He probably saw your back because you didn't clear him. We were walking like this and he saw your back walking down. That's probably why he played it like that. But yeah, so ask them. First mistake is not only for yourself, but not helping the team stay on the same page. I know they're stacked. They probably have it under control, but just ask them what the fuck's going on. I don't know what's going on. Tell me, can I take space mid? How many are there? Tell me the count. Whatever. Okay, they tell you there's 5. Obviously, you can start running down with your knife. They tell you 4. You're gonna have to be aware that there's maybe one more person coming late. Whatever the situation is, clear every single thing. Okay, that's pretty much it. And then third mistake is that you hesitated. You came down. You're like, wait, they heard me, and you'll sit in the VOD. You just sat here. Okay, just commit. You might as well just commit. Okay, at this point, I do feel like like maybe depending on how fast the brim walks down, or how long he was looking at you. I can't see that, but I think you would have came cross and he may have calmed that you're there still if he saw you, but still, like, at least it gives you somewhat of a chance to kill these guys, somewhat. Because I love this thought process. I do. In this specific round you came down, okay, but we'll get there when that round comes. But the execution was a little bit poor. I don't think it was bad execution, but it was a little bit poor, lazy tacticals. It was really like lazy or hesitant, or there was fear, one or the other. It's nothing, but I love the thought process. So let's move on. I think, okay, this is not the round. So yes, coming to that note, he gets to heaven and just AFK wide swings. You don't need to AFK wide swing here. Just play it so many different ways. You can play it so safe. All you have to do is lock.
Round?
Sorry?
Which round was it?
This was round 13. That pistol round I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Not the round you walked down. That was a different round. But I was using that as an example of why I think you should take space mid when there's a lot A. You should just go clear mid and then make sure you're looking behind them, like market before you go, and or when you're clear from the angle from market, then you start walking down all the way and just kind of commit, set yourself up, set your team up, and tell them, yo guys, I'm coming behind them. Okay, I can get 2 if you guys stay alive. Don't die. I'm good. Just they're all there. I hear 4. I hear, give them feed them the information so they can relay back. Okay, they're coming up ramp, bro. Like, be careful. Yo, they're rotating back to you, right? They need to tell you that so you don't just run into 3 people you don't know. So keep that in mind. So I was gonna say, yeah. So here you can play it so many ways. Just sit here. All you have to do is, you're a defender. You just have to not just react, but be vigilant and proactive. All you have to do is hold this area down. That's all you have to do. Okay, now you start hearing them run up, then you can be, react and be proactive, as in go and fight them, throw some utility, swing, whatever, try to kill 2. Okay, but when there's nothing going on, okay, you didn't even ask them what's going on first of all, but when there's nothing going on, you don't have to do anything until they're out on site and they're telling you they're out. Okay, then maybe you're gonna have to come look and make sure there's no one there. But you could have just sat here, just waited. But you just you'll see it, you just instantly came out. There's 2 people staring at this angle because they're walking up as well. But yeah, you just could have played it any different way. You could have just thrown a smoke cross as well, isolate somebody maybe, throw another, whatever it is, okay, or come through screens. Okay, you hear them all ramp, come through main, and then flank them. Like a mini flank in terms of the site, but wrapping them and stuff. But yeah, you could have done anything else but just go just run it down. You didn't even ask what's going on, and then just swing into the two people. So I think this, in my eyes, is a little bit of a grief. Even though you guys won the game, okay? Yeah, I understand the result is you guys won the round or won the game, okay? Whatever. But still, okay, higher levels, you're never getting away with this. At the higher levels, they're using this play that they did on you, or them killing you, as momentum to taking more space. They're gonna start scaling heaven hard, coming through, wrapping the guy's screens, pushing this way. Oh, there's too much resistance. You guys are stacked on A. They're gonna start going through ropes, stuff like that. It gives them real estate for them to do more stuff. So you gotta keep that in mind, okay? Round 14. Walks down mid mail and one taps with outlaw anchors mid. Good job. Walk down mid here. It's Jet versus Jet. Came down. Boom. One tap. Came back and you anchored it. Good job. Love it. You're not going to take space because there's threats there, especially when it's a Jet. You kind of have to assume there's other people behind the Duelist. Okay. Even if you identify
Look
that.
at my timeline. It says that I killed the Brim.
Oh, okay. So, oh, that's a different round. Yeah. So it doesn't matter who, but you killed the Brim right here, right? You one tapped. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
with
thinking
Outlaw?
about. Yeah, yeah, right. It was Outlaw, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I was thinking about the other round where you whiffed on the Jet. I was thinking about that round, sorry, and then you came here. Yeah, yeah. And then
No, that was Outlaw too.
yeah, it was Outlaw. So sorry, I got those rounds mixed. Sometimes there's so many rounds that are so similar that it's hard for me to remember exactly because I'm thinking about all these rounds. But yeah, so whatever, whoever it is, good job, good round, killed him, good. And also, if it's Brim, it's actually more important to communicate. Why? Why do you think so? Super easy.
Because you can't smoke anymore.
Because he can't smoke. You got it right, bro. Because he cannot do anything for the team in terms of smokes. They're literally playing dry all angles. So you need to tell them, guys, I got the smokes. I got the smokes. We don't need to really peek. Just let them come to us and they run out. We just hold these angles. There's no smokes. We just fucking murder them. Right? So that's even more important if it's a Brim. If it's a Jet, it's whatever. Okay? Because duelists in this game are disposable. Their job is really to just go into side and scale it for the kit is not as important, right? A sentinel, a controller, an initiator can take over a duelist's role in quotation by using the concepts, but not being that agent. Okay, so keep that in mind. It's really important that you tell them brims down, brims down. Okay, uh, but great kill. You anchored mid. Good job. Not a crazy round. They were on eco as well. Round 15. Okay, I think this is that round. Yep. Starts male again. We're almost on. This is the third last round. Starts male again. Here's a lot and Q's dash good. Okay, as in I like the way you queued dash. You've heard a lot and you got ready. Okay, this to me shows me you're ready for a fight. Okay, good. I like it. Here's a lot and Q's dash whiffs. You whiffed, gets off.
Yeah, and I repeat him
I
back.
re-peeked his ass. He just came back immediately, and I'm gonna let you know right now that the most common timing is the re-peek. They're just ready for that. They saw you here. You dash off. Where do you think their crossers are gonna be like this? They're gonna be waiting for you to repeat, okay? Especially in the mid levels. That's what people do. That's why they keep waiting for the repeat. At the higher levels, pros, radiants, they'll fucking peek this guy, whiff, get off, okay? They'll just sit on a different angle for 20, 30 seconds on an off angle, okay? Because they understand that they are watching him here, so he's not gonna give up that angle advantage. He's not gonna give it to them. He's not gonna die that easily. That's how you have to think about it. You can't die that easily. You gotta stay up. Staying up is value. Okay, staying up is helping win the rounds. Staying up is just really good man advantage. Staying on even man advantage, whatever it is. Okay, it's not a grief. So staying up is really important, especially because you've answered these questions, especially on defense because the trades benefit the attackers. So we gotta stay up. We gotta make sure we're always at a man advantage. The retakes are 5v3s, 5v4s instead of a 4v4, a 3v4 retake. Okay, and this is more of a micro sense in the game, as in it'll add up. Staying up over the long term is much better, and it'll affect your KD as well. KD is not as important, but still, you know, the one thing KD does have is that it shows whether you're dying too much or you're not you're doing your like staying up enough. So that's all really KD is for. Because if you're below one, that means you're dying more than you're getting kills. It's a problem. But if you're above, it means more in the long term you are getting more kills than you are dying, which is fine. Obviously, a higher KD is better, but still. So that's that. Stop. Be disciplined, bro. let's think how the defenders think now. Okay, you're gonna be a high level player, so think like one. I whiff on this guy, he's gonna be holding this angle. I'm gonna hold a different angle where he's walking into me. I'm fighting on my terms. That's the way you think about it. You're fighting on his terms by coming this way. Okay, um, so keep that in mind. Let's fight on your terms because you're the better player. Okay,
Yeah, it was kind of like a cocky peek.
right, it's an ego peak. It's an ego swing. That's really it is. But uh, that stems from you wanting more kills or you think you can shit on them, stuff like that. But the best
Yeah.
players, no matter how good they are, they play discipline. Obviously, even Radiants do that too, where they just are re-peaking
Like,
4 or 5
start
times.
like overheating.
Yeah, it's like overheating and stuff like that. But still, the best consistent players will be disciplined. Remember, it kind of stems back to play for the win, bro. Don't play for yourself. For kills. Practicing your aim in ranked. That's not what ranked is for. It's not to practice your aim. It's to develop better game sense and understanding the game at whole, and depth and real high detail to heighten these senses that you need to build on. That's what ranked is for. If you want to practice your aim and mechanics, go do 20 DMs a day. Go do 10 TDMs. Go work in the range. Go do your aim trainer. Okay, that's what that's for mechanics. Okay, obviously in a ranked you need to add that mechanic, but still this ranked is more for the brain game to develop. That's why they tell you to play a lot, not to practice aim, but to that's secondary. You gotta practice the knowledge of how people play, the angles, how they play together, where people play on site, usually, generally, stuff like that. And then team atmosphere is a little bit different, it's more advanced, but the ranked is the stepping stone into thinking on terms of being a team player, a team atmosphere player, or a pro team, whatever it is. Okay? That's why they'll pick up pub stars that are number one because they've gone through the ranks, they've gone through everything that they kind of need to know generally or advanced or intermediate. They've gone through it, they practice it, they put in the hours. Now, even when they're ranked number one, doesn't mean they're the best pro in the world. Now they gotta start working on the advanced team advanced mechanics, pro play advanced mechanics. This is a different game, okay? But for you, you're in a different boat. So that's that, okay? Round 16, second last note. Starts A ramp. Here's a lot. Starts A ramp. Here's a lot. He just stays A main. Backs up for them to go site. Yeah, so there's that round. So you hear a lot. You said multiple. I mean, you gotta be specific. Okay, try to decipher how many there are. You can hear how many footsteps are, how many people are running, how many people are shooting. Okay, so you need to. It's a little bit of our directional audio training. Okay, you need to know. Okay, because this is a skill you need to use at the higher level. You can't just always assume there's 2 to 3 or 2 to 5. You need to know specifically so that way your team can account for everybody on the map. Okay, there's 3 A main guys at least, or if you don't know, talking possibilities. At least minimum 2 guys. At least I'm hearing at least 2. Okay, you gotta talk like that. At least 3, at
Yeah.
least 4, all of them, all whatever it is. And I think you're
I was thinking about it, but like I
yeah
think it's like the fear of like getting it wrong.
yeah, but it's okay to get it
Like
wrong.
how many?
But you'll just learn off that. Oh, I called all 5, but there's only 2. Now I have to, and it's another thing to just know what you did wrong, but to apply it. Okay, I thought I heard 5. I gotta get better at directional audio. I gotta know that there's 2. Okay, whatever. Get in the range. Get your teammate running around. Whatever it is, or watch pros play and listen to how they're listening. Get a better headset. It's really more complicated than training directional audio. Maybe there's some tasks probably on Google that can help train directional audio. I know in aim labs they actually do have an audio like a category where you can train listening. So, and listening is not genetics; it's a skill, right? Most people generally, even me when I was in my early 20s, they only know how to hear, but they don't know how to listen. The sounds or the words go through one ear out the other and they don't process it. You gotta also not only hear the sounds go through one ear and out the other, you gotta process it. The sentence they're saying, the words, the noises, how many, stuff like that. It's more of a life skill issue than a gaming skill issue. Okay, it's a life. You gotta learn how to hear properly and process information. So, because I'm telling you, listen, sorry. Most people just hear the sounds and the words, but you gotta not only hear it, but listen and process. Listening is processing what's going on. You thinking about what has been said or heard. So I hear, okay, I can say it in so many examples. I've said it before. Let's say this guy throws a brim stim, and then a neon dashing around, and then the cipher puts his cam up. How many people is that?
3.
3. Super simple, right? let's say it's the same thing, but now a Sage throws a slow. You hear the slow shoo, throwing into spawn. Okay, how many is that?
4.
Okay, listen. Good, you got it. So now let's think about it in terms of not utility. This guy has a stinger. He's like "Durr," with a stinger, and the one guy has a sheriff. Bang, 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 and one guy has a judge. He's like boom, boom, boom. How many people is that?
3.
3. Yeah, it's super simple, right? So not only do we need to know by utility, we can hear by gun noise and also footsteps, so you can add it all together, stuff like that. Okay, you don't know how many times where I watch my student play and this guy's shooting with a bulldog and one guy's with a vandal and he's like, they're all there, or he's like, one guy, one guy. I'm like, bro, that's 2 guys, bro. That's a bulldog and a vandal, right? So you gotta be able to separate it and really get really good at this. It's a skill. It's a skill. You gotta listen and really dissect. Be careful. Don't look and just stare at your screen. Just listen. Just really use your brain. Okay, yo, there's 2, there's 3, and just quiet your noise, your brain noise. Just start listening. Wait, that's 3, that's 4. Wait, and there's sometimes you get it wrong, but you correct it right away. You say 3, like 3, like wait, it's just 2, it's just 2, or you say 5. You're like, oh, 5, and they're like, wait, it's just 2, it's just 2. Bulldog Vandal, that's it. Neon jumping around with the Cypher cam. It's just 2, guys, and then they reconfirm. Yo, it is Neon and Cypher. They see it, whatever. So yeah, we gotta kind of work on this. I think you can. It's not genetic, so it's a skill that you must actively think about and implant in your brain. Oh shit! Actually, sorry. This is not the second. There's a lot of rounds. Sorry, what am I saying? I don't know why I thought that was second last round. Okay. So that's that. Here's a lot. Sorry. Let me go through this. We're kind of getting stuck. I don't want to keep you for 4 hours or 5 hours. Okay. So let me just get through this. So that's that. Okay.
I got the
I know there's no rush, but still. So he kills. I do have another student. So kills Neon, gets held, kills 2, good round. Doesn't let them. They're planning or waits for his team after killing Neon. So he kills Neon, goes hell, kills 2, good round. So you dash down here, you kill the Neon, great job. Kills Neon, goes hell, you killed here, and then you killed 2. Doesn't tell them they are planning or waits for his team after killing Neon. So what I would done after killing Neon is tell them, guys, chill out, wait. Retake. It's 5v4. Okay, chill. Okay, you solo went hell and was the hero. It's fine, but still higher levels. It's probably best to wait. This level, sure, it's fine. You can get away with it as long as you're killing them. If you're not killing them, stop doing it. Wait for your team. Okay, that's all I'll say. Round 17. So we got 7 more. Okay, I gotta wait. Let me just message my student. I might be a little bit late on this guy. Sorry. Because I think we said 6:30, but it's fine. Midnight. Where is it? Yeah, I'm gonna be a bit late. Okay, so I gotta kind of. I don't want to rush through them, but I want to kind of breeze through this as best as I can. Okay. So round 17. Let me just scroll my notes up. Starts mid male. They see 1B main. Starts mid male. They see 1B main, and he just runs B main. One is seen A main. One is seen A main. Needs to call out a default first team, as in there's one. You saw one mid. There's one. You saw one mid. Your teammate's like, or whether he saw it or you saw it, doesn't matter. He's like A main 1, and then this guy's like B main 1. Okay, you need to be the guy, and you will be, but it takes time to identify what they're doing. You need to be like, they are default. They are not rushing it down or it's 3-man stack. They are spread across the map, controlling space. That's what the default is for them to split up, control the map, get picks, group up, and hit a site wherever they identify the weak side is or where the sentinel is not. Okay, so needs to call out a default for his team. He just runs down to B main when there's 2 of his teammates there. So you're running B. Doesn't account for all the space. As in, you're not keeping track of what has been open or what is open or what needs to be picked up. You're just running to first contact. He just runs to B main where there's already 2 of his teammates there. Doesn't account for all the space. Teammates rotate to B and mid. He needs to be telling them they aren't out. They weren't out. You even picked this up. They started going back because they're not out. They've identified they're not coming B anymore. And that's why it's important to let your team know. Stay mid. Stay anchored. They're not in. There's 3 of us here already. Do not move. You need to be him. Okay? They aren't out. Watch mid and stay. Sorry. Teammates rotate a B. This is a really long note. Teammates rotate a B and mid. He needs to be telling them they aren't out and watch mid and stay A. Gets a good kill on sight. 2v1. Here's the enemy jet running heaven. Oh, so then you guys they ended up going A. Remember, you guys started going retaking, blah blah
Yeah.
blah. It was 2v1. I think you got a couple kills too, which was good. The bomb was planted out here. Right? This is a little bit of the post plant scenario. Okay. Bomb. So gets a good kill on site. Yep, 2v1. Here's the enemy jet running heaven. Bomb is half. All he had to do was re-smoke it himself and stick it. That's all he had to do. Like the timing he took was too long, but you're here staring, waiting for a fight. You should just went like this, and down on the bomb, right? It's an objective game. You just gotta defuse. And if you could identify it, he just did not have enough time, and or would whiff on you, and it's half. So it only takes 3.5 seconds, which is really quick in this game. So, um, yeah, so running heaven, bomb is half. All he had to do was re-smoke it himself and stick it. Looks for a fight. Luckily, he kills him. Okay, because he killed this guy. It's 1v1. Like, at the higher levels, you're fucked. This guy is never peeking you like that. He's going to jump peek you. You're going to hit him in the leg. He's not dead. And you're just going to wait for this bomb to explode. He's going to start jiggling you, start fucking with your brain. You're going to try to get on it while he's going to count as well. He knows it's half. You're sticking it. At 2 seconds, he's going to peek you and kill you and or get you off the bomb and then just play time. That's all he has to do. And you'll see that the higher you go. These lobbies, no. But higher you go, yes. Because they know. All they have to do is get this bomb to explode. They don't need to die. They die, they lose. Which he did. Which is bad.
I should have told the fade to stick.
Yeah, and you just smoke him. Because you'll see you had 2 smokes. All you had to do is stick it, stick it, stick it. I got you, I got you. And then he would have...
I smoked him, but he didn't stick it. He like halved it.
From what I remember, you didn't smoke it, but maybe you smoked it first time. But my point is, when it's halved, you need to smoke it again. Get another smoke, and then you cover him, and because this smoke lasts longer than what it takes to stick. So
I smoked it like while he was halving it.
Right, right,
And
and
I thought he was supposed to stick it.
right,
So
but he got off.
first
Yeah.
one- Yeah. The
Right,
first
right.
one expired. I was gonna throw another one.
Yeah. But you gotta identify this quick, cause you didn't. You gotta just smoke. Get on it right now. I got you, bro. Right, or you get on it. I wrote you should get on it, cause this guy was clueless. You get on it. Smoke it. You get on it. Okay, win the round for your team. Okay, you don't need to look for that fight. Just defuse the bomb. That's pretty much it. Nothing too crazy. I liked how you played it, but higher levels you're not gonna be able to play like that. This lobby maybe. Higher levels, it's tough. You're probably gonna lose that round a lot of the times. So, round 18 starts B. They go A hard. So he started B. They went A hard. The enemy. Not asking his team what's going on or to wait for him. They're just running out. You need to tell them, guys, wait for me, because you're the best player on the team. They need you. You need to tell them that. Okay, wait for me. I'm coming. Whether it's a flank, whatever. He goes heaven, kills Neon. You go heaven, kills Neon, comes back down ramp. 2v4 retake, clears. Oh, so you killed him somewhere here. Can't remember exactly. Somewhere here.
Yeah, he was ropes.
Yeah.
After that, I looked like the elbow area and I killed Cypher.
Okay, yeah,
then
you
it
killed
was
yourself for sure. Okay, no problem. So, no, I don't think you did. That might be a different because I wrote 2v4 retake as in only the Neon was dead. So, from what I remember is you killed the Neon here. Great. You came down and I wrote, comes back down ramp like you're trying to come back down ramp in a 2v4 retake and clears corners a bit too slow. Maybe you killed a Cypher and I missed it, but
Yeah. I can show you.
okay, it's fine. You don't have to show me. It's fine. You don't have to show me. It's not really that point. This point is right here where you did a 2v3 retake, whatever, okay, and clears the corner a bit too slow. You're just taking way too long. Okay, you get here. Okay, you need to be doing these fast. Okay, whether you're running or shift, you need to do it fast. Okay, come here, look back right away, and get ready for this fight. But you're just here like. And then this guy just peeked you, right? Even if you're doing it slow, it needs to be quick. Okay, nothing there. And automatically flick over to look for the fight in this area because you know a fight's coming up here, or you should at least know there's gonna be a fight coming up, which I think you do well. You actually can identify when fights are coming. Most people cannot. So it's just you need to be more efficient here. You gotta know that there's somebody's here. Okay, clear. Like do it really quick and get ready. So that's that. That's pretty much all that this note is about. Is right here is just clear these corners quickly. Don't just full clear them. Like clear them, yeah, but you can kind of half clear and make sure because you gotta get to the bomb. So come down here. Okay, nothing there, right? Well, just do it quick. You can even do it while you're running. Even if they hear you, if you do this quick and get ready for a fight, you're gonna kill them all the time. That's what I do.
Yeah, it saves more time.
Yeah, it saves
You
more
usually
time.
lose the tempo.
Right. It just saves more
I
time.
feel like just
Yep.
like one be like 3 or 4. Like you need to like be fast.
Right.
Like all the man defusing is it?
Yeah, and
also
also.
if you're like shifting.
Right, I agree. And in those scenarios, it's even more crucial because there's less space that you guys control. So once they've taken spawn, they just know they can deduct where you're. Oh, he's ramp, he's heaven. That's it. And then they come here. Oh, it's just ramp, he's main. That's it. So then they all start staring at you. So that's why being more quick and efficient in a man down scenario is more important. It's not as important in like a 4v4 or 5v5 where you can kind of silently walk down together and stuff. When you're man down, you gotta kind of just have a sense of urgency and just, even if they hear you, you gotta just kind of have faith in your aim and make sure that you can delete them and be ready for these fights. React fast enough, stuff like that. I'm not saying do it all the time. There are times where you can walk down where they just got the bomb down and stuff like that. Okay, there's 45 seconds to work with. You can just kind of walk down. Okay, clear this quickly. Look, that's fine. But in the moments where it's hectic and the bomb's been down for at least 15 seconds, 10, 20, 10 seconds, you're gonna have to get your ass moving because it's gonna explode. The goal is to clear these things quickly, kill them, and then get on the bomb as fast as possible, because you need to defuse. Not a crazy round, okay? Nothing too crazy, but just a little bit of efficiency. Round 19 starts B main with op. He gave up the angle advantage from pillar at least 2 times. Okay, you had an op. Okay, when you start the round and you have the angle, you sit there and stay AFK. Okay, if you feel like you hear or feel like multiple are gonna swing you, then different story. You can give it up or get this, get it out. But what you did was you'll see in the thing, you're like here, and then you came back, and you're like, right, like there's no need for that. You just need to sit here AFK looking forever until you kill one, or they told you they're somewhere else, they planted the bomb. Obviously, you shouldn't just stay AFK like when they plant the bomb, but you should be aware of what's going on. But you gave up the angle too much. You went like this, came back, and then came back. Okay, if they're good players, you're dead. Especially if they're opping too, counter opping. So just keep that in mind. Needs to set up and just hold it. Sorry, well, doesn't even tell them they're coming in or how many or who's main. So they went B, and you just were not communicating. From what I remember, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you were not saying anything. So we gotta tell them, especially when they're coming to the site. Guys, I hear two. There's one. Neon, Cypher, Brim, whoever it is. So that way they are ready with you as well. Because it's crucial. We kind of touched on this, right? We need to make sure they're on the same page. If you just hear dead, they don't know if they're coming in or not. They're just peeking from far, right? Just tell them deep garage, coming up close, they're coming in, stuff like that. Okay, it's important at the higher levels. Maybe not this level, but higher levels really important because that information will help them play accordingly. That's the most important thing. You're setting them up to play optimally off these informations. Okay, they can deduct. They can choose to deduct however they want, like at comeback, stay mid, take spit. But you need to leave that in their hands by giving them that information. Okay, so that's that. Round 20 starts B. Was gonna peek deadlock, walls it. He hears one op shot and gun. I can't remember. I remember what this was, but I can't specifically remember what happened. You were gonna peek something, and then he walled it. I'm pretty sure it was B main. He hears.
Yeah, I popped knives. I think I hit him like once or twice.
I think you were on rafters, no? You're up here, no? I think you were here or something.
Yeah, I jumped on those double boxes.
New box, right? Right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. I can't. Okay, it's not too big of a deal. I just wrote that for a little extra detail. But he hears one upshot and a gun. Needs to be more specific. You said many. I'm pretty sure. You just gotta tell them. Oh yeah, you said multiple. So I wrote yes. There's multiple be main, but tell them initially how many. One up, one gun. Guys, there's two. Two be main. You hear more? Guys, there's multiple. Probably more than two. Could be a lot. Just talking possibilities if you don't know. He goes on top of new box. Yep, you're right. He goes on top of new box. It's called new box. Because that's the team that utilized it when the game came out. It's called new box. And whiffs. He goes on top of new box and whiffs with knives and calls last one garage. So you whiffed on the Cypher coming out the cages. You needed to instantly delete him. And then you guys, I actually thought you guys were gonna lose this round, but you guys actually came on top somehow. I was like, what the when I watched it play out, I was like, what the fuck? Because you were whiffing too. I was like, and they were just running out 5. I was like, what the fuck? How did you guys win that? So you ended up trading out 3v1. Everyone started playing accordingly, and this was probably the best communication. Even though it's so simple, even though it looks so silly, it's one of the best informations you gave. Neon, main, because you saw him dash back in earlier. And then they play accordingly. One guy plays here, one guy holds there, and one guy holds mid. So that was really good. We need to do that every single time. Whether you're winning the round, losing the round, feed them the information that you think is useless or pointless, okay? It adds up. It's like little puzzle pieces that help understand the bigger picture later down the road when the round is coming, narrowing down to 20 seconds, or you know they're coming in, stuff like that, or they're about to hit, or before they hit, stuff like that, okay? Round 21 starts B main with op jump peaks main angle and he shoots too early. Sees Gecko, needs to call him out. So he went like this. Whiff. You shot too early. Exactly like how that shot went. You shot too early. You gotta wait until you then shoot. You just shot while you're in there. It's going crazy. Okay. Sees Gecko. Again, communication issue. Call him out. One Gecko. Main. Gecko. One. One main. Gecko. Comes back pillar. Gets one. You got one. Great job. Repeaks twice. Just went whiffing. Okay. You don't need a repeat again. It's discipline. All you had to do was just hold an come out angle. Super tight angle. Maybe even cross here if you can. Just hold this. Stuff like that. You don't need a repeat every single time. Especially it was smoke, so. But that's that. Nothing crazy there. Okay. Communication issue. Patience on your shot. Good kill. Don't need a repeat. Add a little discipline. Okay. Round 22. Starts A ramp. He jump peaks and whiffs. He just goes for the repeat and dies. You can see how it's always a reoccurring thing with you. Back. And also, you need to tell them. Guys, multiple, however many. Cypher, Neon. Okay? Just not say anything. Even when you're dead, I don't care. You tell them, guys, 2A main. That's information that they need to know. There's only 5 enemy players. They know there's 2 there. Okay? They can play accordingly. You just have to trust that they will. At the higher levels, they will. Okay? Round 23. Starts mid, sees nothing. He takes space, mid, not vigilant with his corners. This is that round. Whoop, 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 whoop. Starts mid, sees nothing. I love this thought process. This thought process. Okay, taking space is information. Information is feeding it back to your team. Feeding it back to your team is helping them understand what's going on. Helping them understand what's going on is seeing the bigger picture on what the enemy is doing. Seeing what the bigger picture is, winning rounds at a higher success rate. Winning rounds at a higher success rate is winning games. Winning games is getting RR. Winning games and getting RR is hitting your goals and climbing. Is climbing and climbing is going towards your goal of winning, ranking up and hitting the goal you want and getting to where you want. So most people do not think on this multi-step layer of how these things are intertwined, but they are. You got to take care of the basics. Okay, the simple stuff add up. The small things are what give you the edge in terms of winning or climbing or hitting your goals or being a better player or separating yourself from other players. That's what people do not understand. They don't understand edge. That's why everyone goes to casino and just gambles their money away. They don't understand that the 2% edge that a house casino has is the difference in taking all your money, right? That's why people get sucked in. They're emotional. They cannot think on a analytical standpoint, okay? So we got to keep that in mind, okay? These things add up. I cannot stress this enough. Everything, your efficiency leads to whether you win or not, or whatever. You can take it with anything. Your communication, your aim, everything. All adds up. They're all intertwined as well. You need to use all of them, obviously. But so we'll get through this round. It's pretty much the last round. Last round, the 20 round 24 is nothing. Starts mid, sees nothing. He takes space. Mid, not vigilant with his corner clearing. Like, from what I remember, you're pretty good with some corners, but some corners you just leave open. I need you to clear everything, everything. Okay, I don't know if you're an athlete. Have you played football or soccer or anything like that?
I played water polo,
Water polo. Okay,
swimming.
sure. And I'm a football player. Played football in high school, college. I'm an athlete my whole life. Played hockey, soccer, whatever you name it. Okay, there's a term they use. It's called keep your head on a swivel, they say. Okay?
Yeah, I've heard that.
You've
My
heard
coach
of it.
uses
Exactly. I'm sure they use it in Marco Polo too. You gotta know who's coming towards you, stuff like that. Right?
Marco. That's crazy.
You gotta have your head on a swivel. It's a sports term. Just have it on a swivel. Just make sure no one's gonna fucking shoot you in the back, okay? Because I laugh because I ask all my students this, and I always have a giggle because it's so funny, and they always give me the right answer, okay? Do you like getting shot in the back?
Obviously not.
Right, that's the answer I usually get. Or they say, not particularly, right? And we have a little giggle about it. Because I don't either. I hate getting shot in the back. Okay? The hairs stick up. You get a little jump scare. It's not a good feeling. Okay? So, and that's why I ask the questions because if you don't like getting shot in the back, a sicko might say, yes, I like getting shot in the back. Okay? But most 99% of people will say, no, I don't. So if you don't like getting shot in the back, make sure you're not going to get shot in the back. Okay? So keep that in mind. Okay? Look, until I'm clear from this angle, then go. Okay? Even maybe just take a look randomly again. Okay? And that's through experience. I've gotten shot in the back when this game came out a lot. I hated it. So that's why I became vigilant. I learned from my mistakes. I gotta make sure 100% of the time. Obviously, times you come look back and they're there too. But still, good chunk of the time, if you're vigilant and making sure there's no one late lurking behind, shit like that, weird ass players like this Brem with an op mid for some reason, you're not gonna die. So that's that, okay? So not vigilant in clearing his corners or people late behind him. Hesitates and dies from the guy from behind, from the guy flanking him from market. Um, you know what's wrong with this. You gotta commit here. Just go. Like you just hesitated for too long. This 3-4 seconds adds up where you can be alive and kill more. Or he did not see you, or maybe he didn't see you and he was walking back from mid. He came from B main, hold it angle. You walk down. You timing him, and he's just coming back to his team because they're all A. So we don't know, but I think this efficiency here that you didn't do would have made up all the difference of staying alive and getting multiple kills and adding some value to your team, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but like let's say he did see you and he had a better timing or whatever it is, and he was ready for you, whatever. But that's that. We can just learn off this mistake. Now you walk down mid. I love this thought process. Really high level thought processes. You're getting information. When you come down mid and you have all of mid, okay, where can they be? Let's say there's nobody here.
A or B.
A or B. You got it. You're a smart dude. Okay, let's say our teammate even came out B main. Where can they be? And we're here. We've cleared all of mid.
A.
A. What if they come out A? We come down mid. Where can they be?
B.
Right. Well, let's say God forbid these morons aren't just in spawn. We come down A main, B main. You come down mid. Where can they be?
You said we come down A main and B main?
Yep. This is a super simple
Mid?
question that no. So you should be able to answer this with your eyes closed, ears closed. They come down mid. They're up to here. We come down here. We're up to here. They come down B. They're up to here. Around here. Sorry, I'm trying to think. But we cleared all of mid, all of B main, all of A main. It's 5v5. Where can they be?
A.
No, they're just in their spawn AFK because they've come down here. We've come down here. We've come down here. Right? It's just a
I
super.
thought you said they came down A.
No. Like they, as in our teammates, came down. Sorry. I
Oh.
should be more specific. But you can kind of just know they're just gonna be A. Obviously they won't be, but it's just a simple questions where I'm helping you understand that it's taking spaces, map hacking. It goes under the map hacking category. So, for example, our teammates come down A main. They're like, A is clear, nothing. B main guys, B is clear. Okay, and then you're up in heaven. Where can they be?
Mid.
Right, you got it. Super simple. So that's why taking space is really important. That's why I like this thought process. But you gotta communicate it. Guys, I have mid, nothing there. There can be only A or B. Okay, the guy on B's like, I didn't hear anything B. I cleared it, nothing. No one got flashed. No dog hit, nothing. Then you can identify. Guys, they are all A. Okay, I'll briefly touch upon this before I let you go. After we'll talk a little bit after, but most maps, 10 out of 12 maps I've identified are in thirds. 1/3 here, 1/3 here, 1/3 here. Okay, just a
I
few.
can't see your.
Oh yeah.
crosshair.
So 1/3. Okay, like A main. You can try it. Oh yeah, it's kind of tough because Discord doesn't pick up my crosshair. But mid is 1/3, B main, and their spawn side is 1/3, like here, and then mid is 1/3, and then A main is 1/3. Okay, there's two maps where it's in halves. Okay, bind. It's in two halves. Okay, even though there's a mid as in market, but there's still a market side and a B hookah side, market side. Okay, fracture is a map where it's in quarters, 4 quarters. Front B, arcade B, A main, A dish. So there's 4 quarters, but most maps, almost every map, especially if there's a mid, abyss, haven, even if a map has 3 sides, whatever breeze. There's 3/3. So once you lock down 3/3 of the map, you just know they're in spawn or just AFK loot, whatever griefing. Okay, you have 2/3. Whatever the combination is, mid, B plus or A, B, or B and mid or A and mid. Okay, whatever the combination, you just know they're on the other third. Okay, let's say you only have 1/3, you just know they're in 2/3 of the map. If we only have A, they're mid or B, stuff like that. So keep that in mind. Use that as a map packing tool, because taking space is gaining information, and gaining information is map packing. It's understanding where you can narrow them down, where they are as an enemy. Okay, so that's that. Okay, keep that in mind. But yeah, we went through this. So round 24, they go B. They all get massacred. That's what I wrote. You guys just shit on them. They just ran it down B. And you guys shit on them. So that's that. That's all I know. Let's just briefly talk. What's your aiming routine?
I use your
Kovacs.
yeah. I
Okay, and
use
then what?
Kovacs to do the pure G like training one,
Good.
the warm up one.
And then what's your range stuff?
I do the dead zoning one
Good.
that you do,
Yep.
and the one where you just like stay on top of
The board
the
hill
little
one,
like
going left to right.
yeah.
Yeah. Good. Good. So I don't need to show you
Yeah.
that stuff because you probably see my
The space
streams.
transfer one, the
Good.
recoil
Good.
virtual one.
So you do all of the 5 pretty much, right?
Yeah.
You do the dead zoning one with the wall peak and the bots. You do that one.
I do the one that's usually like in the range area, but I do the other one like sometimes.
Okay,
Not
you
as
should
much.
do that last one where don't just do the dead zoning one where it's billboard to billboard. You need to do the one also where you'll see it. You've probably seen it where I teach them in the wall and I tell them turn the bots on dead zone, adjust, shoot, come back, do it slowly, and then um, and I know you've done it before, but you got to do that one more. That one is more important than just the dead zoning one because that one incorporates everything. It incorporates your wall peeking mechanics plus adjusting with your aim plus your dead zoning, right? The billboard one is just movement. You got to add it where you can apply it, and it's a real time scenario. You swing, adjust, shoot him, come back. So work on that one, and also I know you hit the gym, so I don't need to explain this to you. Okay, add progressive overload.
Yeah, increase the intensity.
Increased intensity. Okay, that's how you get faster. Most people are just like this for the rest of their lives, and that's why they cannot improve upon their speed. You need to, even if you're losing a little bit of precision, obviously you got to make sure that the precision is staying similar, but you got to make sure you're going faster, 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 faster. Okay, you got to push yourselves to the limit. That way, the baseline of your physicality in terms of aim goes up. Okay, this is the new baseline, super solid now. Get it higher, 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 and then everything that you used to do that was hard is super fucking easy. It's like it's pancakes, right? So, just add the intensity. But do you have any questions, stuff like that, concerns? And I'm gonna send you all these notes. The VOD will be up. I'll let you know when the VOD will be up. Probably when I end the stream or when the YouTube video is up, which will be tomorrow. But yeah, so any questions, anything like that?
Yeah. Can you show me like the protocol for like Lotus B site? I feel like that site's kind of like tricky.
Sure.
Especially like 3 points like where the spinners can come from.
Lotus on B. Lotus on
Yeah.
B. Yeah. So
Attacking.
yeah, I've explained this on this map too. This site is a super fucked up site. Okay, you already know it. There's just so many fucking. One person cannot do the protocol by himself on this site. Okay, like you can if you believe that nobody's there. Like they've rotated off. You're solo lurking, but still, this is a site that requires a lot of, um, utility or multiple people to throw yourselves at these angles. So, or smokes.
I know I dash around a lot, but I promise I'm looking out for y'all. Take them out while they're busy with me. My ult's ready.
Okay, so from this protocol, obviously when you start from here, you gotta clear this off angle. Start coming wide to make sure you clear this off angle. Obviously, let's say you're with your team, you would probably spam this a little bit. You're not gonna just run out like this because you're gonna die from over here. So you gotta play this safe. And kind of have to spam it a little bit, or use a piece of utility like Gecko Flash, Dog to clear it. Okay. Then obviously perfect world. You're gonna smoke this and heaven.
Blocking sight.
Okay. The protocol is first to clear this left. Okay. Obviously you're doing it with a team. Your teammates here as well. You guys are across from each other. Go like this. You clear it. He clears this. Okay. Maybe this is not smoke. So everyone starts, or let's say you clear this box as well. Like you let's say you just know nobody's there. Okay. You cleared it with Gecko Flash or whatever. You're gonna come out, clear here. This is probably the first angle you need to watch out. You're gonna come wide, okay? You clear here. Okay, let's say it's not smoked. Okay, if it is smoked, you don't need to do that. If it's smoked, then you just have to come up close. Maybe make sure they're not around here. But come up here, and then you guys tag team it, and then you guys all start swinging out. Obviously, clear here, like here, here, here. Pretty much it. Because if it's smoked, and maybe sometimes right here as well, but it's not common. But let's say it's not smoked, but we did clear this. Okay, so we come here, so like that. I look there. You look heaven, you come wide, you keep coming wide and keep clearing it. The site, like come here, come wide, look here, look down here, okay, nothing there. And you guys would get ready. Okay, let's say say you're by yourself, you do that. I probably would come back this way a little bit, clear this first, and then jiggle it. You always jiggle these hard angles, jiggle it, so that way even if you're getting shot from behind, he's gonna miss. So
With like crossfire angles.
yeah, exactly. And then you come close, and then you start looking this way, and then you start executing. Pretty much it. This is, I'll tell you right now though, this is not a site where you're gonna clear by yourself. Okay, it's just silly. You need at least minimum 2 people, because you need the guy to hold this and or this for while you're one guy's going like this, because I'm sure you've experienced it where you're like trying to clear this and you just get killed from these guys. So you need at least some people to hold some the come out angles. As we talked about. But that would be the first section, pretty much, is clearing here, this corner, here, and these angles. This is more of an angle site, as in there's more angles if they're holding you instead of spots that they can be in, like like loaded, it's gonna be inside tree, backside drop, right? There's more angles they're gonna be in. They're not seeing you. They're gonna be there waiting. But B is a site where they're gonna be holding to come out, because there's really one area they can come out from. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this site. Just if it's smoked, you don't need to kind of come wide and hold it. Obviously, self-explanatory.
Blocking sight.
It's smoked. All you have to do is just kind of clear these under angles maybe and rafters. Okay, it's smoked. Jiggle it. Okay, nothing there. And get ready. Start swinging out with your team. Obviously, you want to kind of look towards this angle too. You could kind of like jiggle this, nothing there, and then kind of look towards rafters. Then that way as well. It's probably better to go left to right, than going right to left back, because
Now, on split, you said like after you like clear level 1 and 2 of the site, you start like scaling into alleyway, right?
it's optional. It's not mandatory, or it's not never. It's you need to
Or like you would go there instead of heaven.
yep, and to spawn instead of heaven.
So
Yeah.
like what would be like that for like this site? Like where
Well,
would you
that
go
would
after
be
you,
that
like,
would be
clear the
C-Link,
site?
right? You gotta go C-Link because they stack. I'm gonna ask you, where do they usually play? I probably gave it away already, but where do they usually stack on Lotus?
Where do they usually stack on it?
Yeah, how many people usually play on which sites? Generally, you should know this stuff.
Hey.
Yeah, exactly. So if I go here, there's gonna be more people in rotation coming towards Heaven and Link. No, right? Makes sense.
Yeah.
There's 3 rotating to B. What about C? It's usually the solo guy. So that's why most
Sense here.
people, yes, that's why most people go to C-Link, because also you can plant
Here.
for C-Link as well, where this guy has all of control, kills this guy, it's GG. It's pretty much GG. Retake is super hard when you take control of C-Link, because they can wrap, okay, stuff like that. Also, they take space here as well, but you're not going to push through, you're going to just hold it. But the problem is, defenders already know automatically to clear this. This is more unexpected, so yeah, I would just go to C-Link. Obviously, you gotta address the situation. You can't just run in wherever I tell you to go and just pretend like nobody's gonna be there. You gotta identify these things by yourself and understand where the strong side, weak side is. If I know they're stacked on C, I'm never gonna push them. I'm gonna go heaven or this way, right? But if I know they're stacked on A, okay, I saw the utility starting the round, KO knife, breach stun with a raise nade. There's 3. Okay, then I can lean towards C-Link and or heaven. Okay. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. B's pretty
Yeah,
simple.
that was the main thing I was like wondering.
Yeah.
Like,
So
where I should like end after we're clearing the
yeah,
site.
and remember, it's not. You should do it every time. You gotta address the situation. You gotta understand the situation. Okay, if it's 5v5, 4v4, you're probably not gonna do it. You're gonna play with your team. Okay, if it's like
Yeah, it's
5v4,
conditional.
yeah, it's situational, super situational. Okay, and I explain to all my students, okay, when it's a 2v5, 2v4, 1v5, yes, you're gonna have to take some risk. Okay, it's just standard because you need to cut down the player count. Okay, I can understand that. Okay, but when you're man up, doesn't mean you have to do it all the time. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can just kind of throw bodies on them, but there's a lot of times you do that, you're still man up and you lose around because you're just feeding and Link, like people are not ready. Just be here, blah blah blah. So, But yeah, that's that. So make sure you're uh, you know kind of calculating the risks and the rewards and seeing where the strong side is before you decide to do it, and or you need to know exactly, then take the timing. As in, oh, he's like, yo, 3 breakable. Okay, obviously you're gonna start going C link to take some space, fight one guy, get ready for him. Okay, let's say the guy you guys were going B and they killed the C guy. He flanked and they killed him. You just know it's free, right? So then you can start rapping into heaven, stuff like that. It's like you gotta use these informations for later, store them, and then start deducting where they can be and where you can go as well. It's all a calculation pretty much. How they move, where they can be, how many are here usually, their tendencies, not just the map, overall general tendencies. As in, usually people play 3A, but also the enemy team. Oh, they're playing like 2A, whatever, 1A. Sentinels on A, they're stacking C, right? So you gotta. It's really situational, but yeah, that's that. I hope I answered your question on B. Just keep in mind, this is not a one man thing to entry. Okay, this is that's why they don't really go B by themselves, unless it's a lurk waiting and hearing people run off. That's different. Okay, but when you're starting B, it's a team effort because there's just too many angles where you can die from. Um, there, here, 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 under here, there, like here, here, like it's just fucked. So even the boxes, right? So they'll play crossfire. Like one guy will be right there and one guy will be like over here, and they both play off each other. I saw T1 do that the other day. The Yoru was here, sitting here, and then Meteor was over there on Vice, and they're playing off each other. So you gotta just keep that in mind that this is a really fucking tough site to take by yourself. Okay,
Yeah.
but any more questions?
Uh, yeah, I'm starting to like play a little like more Yoru.
Okay.
Um, I was asking if you have like any Asian specific tips on them.
So that I'm probably the wrong guy to ask because honestly, I probably have under like 10 hours on Yoru. But I do watch him play a lot. I'm more of a Reyna, Jet, Raze, Duelist, ISO. Those are my 4 main Duelist players when I play Duelist. I always shied away from Neon and Yoru. Yeah, because they were hard to me. I just don't have fun with playing with them. I mean, I'm starting to now like Neon to play Neon. I play Neon and TDM a lot, but uh, in terms of kit, I'm probably the wrong guy to ask because I haven't experimented too much with his kit. But what I can say is watch Exter. He's the number one NA,
Yeah,
or
I watch extra.
yeah, that's all you have to do. Just watch Exter. He's the number one Yoru in the world, in my opinion. Second, he's probably the one of the best. He's the one that made Yoru popular in pro play. Okay, on Pearl. So watch second play Yoru, right? Watch pro play.
Durka's big clone.
Who?
Durka.
Durka? I have actually never really seen him play Yoru. I actually missed a lot of the Vitality games lately,
Yeah.
but I've known him for being the Jet player. He's a solid fucking Jet player and the Raze player. Okay, I've seen him play a lot of Raze and Jet because I'm from a period from when there wasn't all these agents. I'm more of a Holy Trinity agent player, as in Jet, Raze, Reyna, ISO. More of the traditional good duelist instead of the new ones like Neon, Yoru. I mean, Yoru's kind of old too, but back then he was really bad. They buffed him a lot for him to get good, but back then he was super
Like
trash.
steps
Sorry?
was like when his clone used to be like footsteps.
Yeah, yeah. But just in general, just he was really bad. Like, um, yeah, they I forgot what the nerfs were and stuff, but I remember no one used them, and then they started using them. They reduced the amount of ult orbs and stuff like that. But yeah, that's that. But yeah, just keep watching Exter. That's all I'll say. Watch Exter. Watch Zekken. These guys are really good on Euro. So watch pro play. Okay, watch Izu from T1. He just won the Masters. Okay, he plays Yoru all the time. He played on Haven last night. I watched him play. He's super good player. So he's one of the best in Korea, if not the world. So watch pro plays. That's where you really get better. Watch Radiant players play, and yeah, that's very much it. Nothing else much. So I'm the wrong guy to ask about Yoru. If you ask me about Jet, Reyna, or something like that, maybe, but or Raze, but yeah, or ISO, but yeah, I don't have many hours on Yoru. It's not my guy. I'm more of a ISO, Reyna, Jet type player. So, but yeah, that's that. So any more questions? Let me know. I do have to go. I'm kind of late on this next guy, but yeah, just
Yeah, I just have like one like suggestion.
sure.
I noticed that like a lot of times like when you go like mute or deafen on Discord, you have
Yep.
to like tab out or exit the video.
Okay.
but you can actually go into like Discord settings. You can make a hotkey. You can make like a one-button command for like either of those.
Oh, okay, okay. Like just to mute myself and the noise.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I'll show
yeah.
you. I'll show you how if you want.
I'll figure it out. I gotta go. I'm sorry, cause I'm just late. I'm 40 minutes late
Yeah,
on
yeah.
this guy, but yeah, I'll figure it
Uh,
out. Don't worry. Thanks for the tip. I'll definitely do
yeah,
that,
I'll
cause
let you go.
I keep tabbing out. You're right. So, um, that's bad. But yeah,
Yeah.
great session today. My DMs are always open. I see you on the 10 mans. Okay, you come play. So it's not like I'm never gonna talk to you again. We're always gonna talk. So many of my students in 10 mans, bro, like we're like becoming friends, cause I see them all the time. Like Pookie, I see him all the time. He's always
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
10 mans. They're probably playing right now as we speak. I totally forgot it's running right now. I told them that I won't be there today. My mods are taking care of it. Some of my players that turned into some of my students that turned into mods, right? So, I try to keep the community nice and tight. But yeah, but, you should probably go play with them too. Go grind, go get better. Yesterday we had so many immortal players. The games were so fucking sweaty. They're all like 11, 13. We had 2 overtimes, right? Like the games were just super sweaty. Even though the score was like 9-3 at the half, they'll be like 16, 14. I'll be, what the fuck happened, right? A super high level type playing, and you'll learn from the immortal players. So, because you want to be immortal, and I'll ask you one last question before we go. I forgot to ask this because I'm kind of running late, but stemming off the first question I asked you, what do you want? You said immortal. I want to be good. Whatever. Okay. The next question is, and this can be more of a rhetorical question. You don't have to answer it to me right now. Just internalize it. But what are you willing to do? Okay. What are you willing to sacrifice for this goal? And most of the students I ask, they'll say, "Yeah, I'm willing to put in the work." Some, very few, will say anything. Okay, some of my students want to go pro. So like Miz, that's immortal. He wants to go pro, and I asked him the same question. He said, "Anything. I'm willing to put my life on the line." He told me. So you gotta, don't tell me. I don't need to hear it from you. I just want you to ask yourself these questions every day. What do you want from? What do I want from Valorant? Immortal. Next step. What am I willing to do? How badly do I want this goal? What am I willing to sacrifice? Right? Because I know you got school, work, you work out and stuff, but when you ask yourself these questions, you'll get there. You will not lose purpose. Because most people, and that's why I told you I'm really hard on people that want to be immortal, because so many people talk out their ass like, I want to be immortal, but they don't do the work. And that's why I'm hard on people that tell me they want to be immortal, because I know what it is to go from diamond to immortal 3 by myself, nobody carrying me, solo queue. Okay, it's a lot of work, sleepless nights, questioning yourself, what the fuck am I clicking these aim training scenarios for 3 hours a day? Okay, because there was a time where I wanted to go pro, but I didn't ask myself these questions and I gave up because I didn't have purpose. Even though I got to immortal 3, I just gave up because I could not ask these questions every day, and nor did I ever, right? But so you need to ask yourself, what do I want? How badly do I want it? And what am I willing to sacrifice? Just ask yourself these questions every day and you will get to your goals, because those questions will lead you to taking action or not taking action. So you can decide to cheat yourself or not, but these questions are really important. So I hope that question really helps you open up your mind a little bit on what you want and what you're willing to do. Okay, it's not easy. There's gonna be a lot of bad nights, man. Trust me. Okay, so but the key is not to give up on your goal, obviously, because you told me, once you've told me this goal, it's a commitment in my eyes. Because I've
Hmm.
been in the same shoes when I'm like, I'm going pro. I told my parents I'm going pro. They hated it. I come from an Asian household. They do not take gaming lightly. They hate gaming. So, but I put that upon myself to commit, and I still failed. So learn from me. Don't fail. Keep going. Hit your goals. Okay. So ask yourself these questions every day. Okay. But overall, really good session. Go play 10 mans, bro. Go grind, go play, whatever, if you're not busy. But I'll see you around. Ask me more questions. Any site, any map you want in terms of the entering section stuff, I'll kind of map it out so that I can just send it to my duelist players, so I don't have to explain it every time. I should probably do that this weekend, but I will do that, and then I'll put a channel where I'll show all the sections, okay? So that way you guys can all do that. But that'll be good. I'll do that this week, hopefully, if I'm not too busy. I'm really busy this week, but I got like 3 sessions a day. But that's that. Okay. Good job, bro, Aiden. And thanks for the kind words too. We talked on Discord.
Hmm.
You motivated me as well to kind of get back on it. So yeah, thanks for that as well. But good job, man. I'll keep in touch. Okay.
Yeah. Don't forget about like the hotkey stuff.
Yeah, I will. I will. I'll work on that like after tonight at like 3 in the morning probably.
Yeah, yeah,
I'll
yeah,
ask you if I have any questions on that. But I just gotta get
yeah.
through these sessions. But thanks, man. Appreciate it a lot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Good luck, bro.
Sir. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.